Chat, oh my god, it's Battle Royale! You know this is from me. Alright, so this is gonna be a little secret preview. I am gonna make the chat bigger. I see how small it is. I think there's ways that we could still fit the chat in while, not having it be quite this small. There we go. I guess this'll work. It only blocks like a tiny bit of that screen. The left side gets cut off, but what are you gonna do? Here's the YouTube chat box. No, that's the box. I don't want the box. I want to make you guys bigger. Do 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 do. Okay. All right, that works. That's decent. Okay. Hi, hello, every puppy. How are we doing today? I hope we're all having the most wonderful of wonderful days. This is just gonna be a little secret preview. Let me actually I'm going to wind up turning the alerts off. Probably gonna have to disable this as well because you can't see player 2. I'm gonna have it on for a little while. We're gonna go back to the normal layout. I just wanted to give you guys, like I said, a little preview for what the stream today is gonna be like. Like I said yesterday, that was the last quote-unquote normal stream of the month. Today, I had this idea literally as I was editing the video yesterday. That's why the stream changed. But, we're gonna watch all 3 perspectives of the Return to Dreamland Draft Race! I'll explain what the... Whoa, wait a minute, hold on. VTube Studio, I do not believe can see my mouth right now. It's not looking very good. Hold on. Okay, can you see my mouth any better now? No, it still can't. Okay. I am speaking to you through telepathy. Give me head pats right now. All right, now it's that my microphone. I was hoping it was something else, but it's like my microphone is blocking my mouth. I just kind of moved it down a little bit, and you could already see, like, you know, my mouth is moving like normal again. It's just it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna have all 3 perspectives of the draft going at once. This is all pre-recorded. I've done this already. So, today gets to be a nice little mixture of me talking with the chat, and also, you know, me just looking at the game. I don't have to play it. Like I said, it's already ready. I just hit the play button. You'll see play in the top left because I'm cheap. Yeah. Apparently, I did not skip the opening cutscene, all at the same time. I need to set up live splits, though, because I want there to be a timer going on for, each of the games. So I gotta get live split ready. I mean, it's gonna take me like 2 seconds, but I still gotta get it set up. But yeah, I think that's it. We're gonna be chatting for a while, because in the video proper, I don't know how many people made it to this point that aren't here right now. But in the video proper, I mentioned that this was going to start at at 6 p.m. Eastern, and it's a little before 5:30 right now. I figured we'd get the stream started, do some yapping, have a good time. I started a little early just so we could do all that, and then, you know, actually at 6, or close to it, of course, we could get started. Here, YouTube chat still looking a little funky. Size is fine, but let me move it down just a tad. Let me move it to the left a little bit, too. Dark Entertainment with the 10 gifted mom pops! Thank you so much! Alright, well, now I gotta. Alright, let's say hi to every puppy. Here, you know what? I'm actually gonna do it a little out of order this time. I'm gonna start with the mem pups, because there's actually a lot of people. There's a lot of friends. I don't want the mem pups to get buried. Monkey Gaming, Macau, Dinkler, Escribble, Jade Aaron the Boy, Gecko Studio, Dritz, the one with the cat. Hopefully my allergies don't act up. Valstix and Frosted Haze. Thank you all so much for becoming the benefactors of Dark Entity's kindness. Thank you so much. A quick sip. Great Legs, thank you for the head pads. Thank you so much. When Declare is Fluffle. Hello, Dark Entity, once again. Thank you so much for the mem pops. Appreciate you. Thank you. Galaxy Fan with the head pads. Thank you so much. Time Trial Ghosts and Kirby go crazy. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They're a big help with Superstar Ultra. That's, I have KSSU on my Wii U. And that's, like, the main way that I do my practicing for Gourmet Race. Not that I practice Gourmet Race. Not that I've practiced Gourmet Race in a while. It's just that has, you know, it has the save state. So, I don't ever have to lose the ghost data, thankfully, unlike, you know, because you lose the ghost data in Superstar Ultra when you reset. Lady Amanda, welcome aboard. Hope you're doing wonderful and wonderful today. Text pads! Thank you, Singularity, for the text pads. Thank you so much. See, okay, something funny here. So, YouTube auto-translated text patch, but all it did was give it an uppercase T. That's all it did. I'm at 89% on Mass Attack. Oh, man, you're getting close to the end. You're so close. Have you been playing the sub-games? Because the sub-games are excellent. I think, no shade to Mass Attack. I think this is a good thing, but I think the sub-games are the best part. Blah, 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 blah. What's up, Kimon? Welcome to the stream at Tochigeki as well. Hello, hello. Claire's new video, for whatever reason, keeps killing my laptop. It's so epic. It's so epic. It's not the same without Claire going, okay, after it's done. Oh, the blah, blah, blah. Okay, thank you for the blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay, after the blah, blah, blah. And then I, like, recreated in my head what it's normally like. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I do. I go, okay, thank you for the blah, blah, blah. Okay, okay. Daisy's World, thank you so much for the text pads. Great Lakes, thank you for the head pads. Thank you so much. I just came back home from being out all day, just in time for my stream. Oh, well, I hope... well, actually, no, I'm not going to be sweaty tryharding today. I'm going to be commentating 3 separate instances of me sweaty tryharding. I will say this. I'm going to obviously be repeating myself throughout the stream, and that's okay. But, when I did these runs, you know, obviously I had the video coming out today, and the video had to come out. So, I wasn't the most honest with, as far as the times go. When I, like, made mistakes or I died or whatever, I paused the timer. Because I did it on live split. I paused the timer while we were doing the runs, and I, sorry. What did I do? Oh, yeah. I corrected my mistake, and continued. So there are a few points in the video that, like, you know, they cut a little bit, or they're lightly edited. There's, like, a fade out, whatever. That's just me, because obviously while we're doing this, I'm not pausing the timer or anything. They're just gonna go. I'm not gonna pay too much attention to it. But yeah, just so that is out there. When we get closer to 6 o'clock, I'll also share the rules of the draft race as well. Obviously I want people to watch the video, but you know, you want to watch the stream now, you can watch the video when the stream is over. I will be talking about this video a lot today, by the way. I want to make sure everybody who hasn't watched it, Puppet watches it. Like, look, we got so many friends on the Twitch channel. Hello, friends. Watch the video, please. Thank you. We've got less friends on YouTube, but we still have friends on the YouTube, which is my way of saying, watch the video, please. I got myself banned from one of my ex-Oshi's chats. What happened? Triple Deluxe. Yeah, Triple Deluxe music is really nice. It is. You don't seem the type to break the rules? Yeah, what happened? I was talking about how much of a horrible person she is. Yeah, that would get you banned from somebody's chat. That is true. I love this track. It's a big yarn. Oh, here, you know what? If we're just gonna be chatting with each other, hold on. Yeah, let's go back to the normal layout. Let's, this is fine. I'll even be, like, I'll be super large. Yeah, look how big I am. Everyone's gonna come in, they're gonna, I put my logo back on here, too. I love this logo. Actually, I never get to use this. Do I have? No, I don't. Okay. Unless? Yes, oh my god, I do. No, never mind. The thing is called... Or whatever. I have the variation of my logo where it's all just one line. I was going to put that up because I never get to use that one. But it's fine. It's okay. Whatever. It's okay. Hi, Great Lakes! Hello, Dark Entity! Hello, every puppy! How's it going? Just almost got back home from vacation. Oh, how was your vacation? Where'd you go? Was it fun? I hope you had fun. Great Lakes and Dark Entity, thank you both for that. Bye! It's Thanos with the text patch. Welcome aboard. Hope you're doing awesome today. It's 4 times the puppy. Only 3 this time, but... I would like for a 4-person draft to work. I just don't really see how it would, unfortunately. There you go, Pops. Thank you again so much, Dark Entity. Thank you so much. YouTube chat scrolling down automatically. There we go. Oh, is Muggy here? Oh, hello, Muggy. That's Muggy, one of my subs. Oh, shoot, that's awesome. Oh, man, yeah, Muggy was the first one, too. Puppy, Thanos. Help my grandma clean out their yucky, scummy gutters. Ugh. Sounds nasty, but it was also a very good deed you did. Good deeds feel good. That's my Saturday morning PSA for everybody. I eat chicken! Yummy, yummy, yummy. There's too many Mario and Luigi games. I want to play them all again right now. I don't think there's too many. If anything, I don't think there's enough. Why is Claire facing against Claire and this Claire? Claire? That's a good question. Thank you for the text pads right there. I hope you all are doing wonderful and wonderful today. I got nothing to do today, so I'm here to entertain myself. Yahoo! Did Brazil ban Roblox? No, just nothing to play on there. Yeah, good. I'm not what they call a Roblox puppy. I'm not what they call a Roblox puppy. Big puppy. Guess who's able to speedrun Morpho Sword and kill Chaos Elfless at the Ice Orbs phase? No damage boost. What's up, Bender Kirby? Hope you're doing great today. The Ice phase. Wait, yeah, Morpho Sword. Alright, so you're using Morpho Sword and you're killing Chaos Elfless have an Ice phase? Because I know that's like the final Soul Melter, not Soul Melter, Ultimate Cup ZEX. It's like the final fight. I don't remember having an ice phase. I know Kirby's the Ice Man. Alex, Kevin, Jada, Singularity, welcome aboard every puppy. Thank you, Alex and Singularity, for the hot pots. How are we all doing today? Sumi, welcome aboard. Thank you as well for the hot pots. Thank you so much. Lucky Liberty, thank you so much for the hot pots. No, blah, blah, blah. Never mind, it's just very late. Yeah, I noticed that when the stream was starting. I heard you send the message, and I'm like, there's a blah, blah, blah. I was trying to fix it, and then it just worked. 100 stream streak from Alex. Thank you so much. I'll see you later doing channel point. Looking out for you, but thank you for the 100 streak. Thank you. Yo, what Pyros? Thank you so much for the hot pots. Thank you. Lizzie, hello, hello. Jada's hot pots. Sumi hot pots. Sumi hydrate. Thank you so very much. Psychic puppy. Dog woman out for the next 24 to 32 hours. What are you doing? Kane! Welcome, Kane. Good luck, friend. Oh, thank you. I thought that said... Peripheral vision kicking in as always. I thought you said good luck, fem. I was like, thanks, Kane? That's a Gen 5 Pokemon song? Oh, actually, I think it's a Kirby song, actually. Sumi, thank you for the hot pots. Thank you so much. Thank you. Cub Z EX when he spawns the elemental orbs. Oh, that's right, right. Yeah. Yeah, he does that, and then the next one, they're the electricity, and then after that, it's the fire, right? At the soul phase? Yeah. I remember now. I love Ultimate Cub Z EX, but after the game, like, after the game came out, we had the first Kirby month, right? After that, I didn't run it so much. I feel like most of the time when I went back to Forgotten Land, I was doing, like, Nuzlocke. I'm not even gonna say speedruns, I was just doing the Nuzlocke. Because I've still yet to clear this Nuzlocke. Oh my god. You're getting, like, the world's most pupping video of all time when I clear that Nuzlocke. Oh my god, I have to do it. Chat, I have to do it. Have high fives! Thank you so much! Yes, dog femme. Yeah! Female canine. Oh, I know what word you said. There are some people I know what word that you're thinking of. I know. But thank you for the hot pots. So how we doing? I know that's kind of what we've been talking about, but we've got like a half hour to kill before I gotta start getting set up for the race. I was considering asking some of the Fire Emblem people if they wanted to come on, just so that they could like look at the race. Like, we could talk on call, but I still don't know how I feel about having people that aren't either Nico or Rame on stream. It's just a lot easier when, like, you know, I have a small group of people that'll go up with. It's just so much easier. This is Forgotten Land. This is like the #1 track that I pull up when I'm gonna say I'm cool with the hip young people. I'll say it. When the LARPers of Forgotten Land say that, like, it's all the main theme and there's not a lot of variety and that we need more this is, like, the first track that I pull up because nobody ever actually goes into the cinema to watch the cutscenes. But this is, like, the cutest track in the whole game. It's so adorable. I love it so much. My name is Claire. You gotta give this dog head pie. Do it, or else I'll get quite sad. And then when you pet me, I'll love you forever, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'll never let you pet another puppy girl in your life again. I reported some of the content from my other ex. Oh shit, what happened there? How would you react to the next mainline 2D game instead of a prequel set in the distant past starring Mennonite as the protag? I mean, I think if they're gonna do 2D games, like, we've had, like, the 2D formula is, like, we've had everything that we could get of this formula, right? I think they're really, if we're gonna get another 2D Kirby, it has to be another remake, or they have to shake it up. I think it's gonna be a remake, but I think something like that would be pretty neat, like a Mennonite spinoff, but, I mean, I'm also gonna be real with you, I would just rather a Day-to-Day spinoff myself. If we get a Day-to-Day spinoff, I'd be so happy. I mean, most ideally, I'd like a Magalore spinoff, but I don't. That's a little different. That's just I don't think, as much as I like Magalore, I don't think he's quite as big as, like, you know, your Day-to-Days, your Bandana Ds, your Meta Knights. I mean, I play a Meta Knight game, don't get me wrong, it sounds really fun. The Meta Nightmares I like more than Day-to-Day Tour. I would really like a Day-to-Day spinoff so we could, like, expand that moveset. More than anything else, I want that moveset expanded. Yo, Return to Dreamland, the most Kirby game? What? What Kirby card? First of all, hi Kirby card, I hope you're doing wonderful and wonderful today. Second off, what? Return to Dreamland? No way, no way, no how. No way, no way. Not even if it was Cyan, I had pat. Listen, Cyan's a big pup. She can head pat herself. I guess I can head pat myself too, but you don't want to see that. It's pretty sad. Yanma! Live puppy on the phone, video puppy on the Switch. Life is fluffing good. Does YouTube work on the Switch? Or, yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. Like, more than anything, like, you know, that genuinely, like... Alright, I'll say it. I'll say it. I would rather you watch... If it came down to you either watching the video or giving me head pats, I'd rather you watch the video. I hate having to choose, but I'd rather you watch the video. You can always come back and have at me later. Lizzie, thank you for the head pats. Thank you so much. CJ, welcome aboard. And Sumi, thank you for the head pats. And how's it going, CJ? Hope you're doing amazing, wonderful, and wonderful today. Thank you so much for stopping by, saying hi. It has so many moves, yeah, it feels we only get 2 unique ones. Yeah, no, I mean, Triple Deluxe, he had, like, I forgot about this until somebody pointed it out, but in Triple Deluxe, he had, like, if you charged Hammer, he got a projectile. It was really bad, that's why I forgot about it. I don't even know why anybody would use it. I guess Hal agreed with me because they took it away. And then in Star Allies, in an update, they gave him his jump and his dive, which are, like, 2 of the most fun moves to use with him, I feel like. I don't know if they're the most useful, but they're the most fun. Yeah, no, it's sad. It's so sad. Galaxy fan, thank you for the head pads. Not one of the better Kirby mainline titles. I always thought Return to Dreamland was one of the best. I always feel like Return to Dreamland is, like, the easiest to... Superstar Ultra is my favorite, but I think Return to Dreamland is just, like, the easiest to come back to it, just, like, Zoomy. And for once, I don't even mean speedrunning. I just mean, like, you start a file, and you play through the game, and there's, like, substance. Like, you're not... You can be done in a sitting if you're fast enough, but... Like, it's just... There is... I don't want to say the other Kirby games hold you back. That's not what I mean. But, like... There's inhibitors in place with the other Kirby games, like, you know, having to collect a certain amount of collectible before you can advance, which is strictly a good thing. There's not a bad thing. But Return to Dreamland and not having that, I think Return Deluxe should have had it. I still stand by this. As a remake, I think they should have added it. But the original not having it, it's just, it's so easy to just, like, pick up a controller and just play it. You know, you don't have to, you don't have to, like, go crazy. Which is what I really like. Now, granted, I also feel like it's one of the best games at allowing you to go crazy. I think relative to the game in question, I think abilities are at their strongest in Return to Dreamland, specifically the Wii version. So I think it's a lot of fun to just, like, break the game, you know? YouTube is on Switch? Yeah, I thought it stopped working. I guess I was wrong. I mean, I'm happy to be wrong, but... The projectile was just so that he could solve Archer puzzles. That's right, yes, yes. And then they didn't need him to solve Archer puzzles, so they're like, alright, well, this be useless. Guess we don't need it anymore. I would like if there was, like, a 2D hack and slash, like, to make it 0. Okay. Have wing systems to compensate for lack of abilities given you. I think I would really like an expanded on Meta Nightmare system. Like, it's about getting power. It's like... I guess kind of like, do what Magalore Epilogue did to Magalore, but, make it for, like, a full game for Meta Knight. I think Day-to-Day Tour as a full game would be fascinating, but I don't think, that's the kind of thing that Hal would make, unfortunately. When I lurk on Claire, I usually put on the Switch on the TV and watch while I do something else. Hey, that's perfect, that's perfect. I can't believe I'm on the telly, wow. Didn't they give Day-to-Day the cut ability just for the sake of the rope puzzles? Yup. Yup, that's literally why they did it. Darn, I missed the whole thing. Oh. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, everybody. Have a great one. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. That would be wonderful and wonderful. Yeah, no, I think a Mennonite, like a Mennonite spin-off would be really cool. I want more. I'm in the spot with Kirby spin-offs where I'm like, I mean, I've always felt this way. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my epic yarns, I love my mash attacks, I love my canvas curses. I like them more. But just with like how expensive and time costly games are to make these days, I want more spin-offs like the 90s spin-offs. Or they're just like fun ideas that you can play and appreciate and come back to every now and then just to enjoy a fun idea. And then, you know, play more Kirby. I mean, look, I will always insist, give HAL Labs all the time in the world that they need. That matters more than anything else. But also, like, we are nearing 5 years since Forgotten Land with no news on the next game. Again, that's when you say take all the time you need, and they take all the time they need, this is what happens. It's fine. It's just also, like, unheard of. This is, like, unheard of for this franchise. Going 5 years without the announcement of a new main series game. Well, I guess we're at 4.5 right now, but we're nearing 5 years. It's unheard of. And, like, since Forgotten Land, how many spin-offs have we had? How many games have we had? We had Dream Buffet, we had Return Deluxe, and we had Air Riders. Because, I mean, I don't really think Starcross is a full game, but I guess we can include it if you want. If you do include it, that's still in the span of, like, 4.5 years. That's 4 games. And 2 of them came out, like, right next to each other. One of them isn't even a full game. It's just a DLC, which is fine, but it's... I'm just saying, like, this is the state of the current gaming industry. What's crazy to me is that, you know, speaking of the Fire Emblem stuff, 3 Houses to Engage, I think, was 4 years, and then Engage to Fortune's Weave was 4 years. So, like, Fire Emblem's on a better track record than Kirby is right now in terms of getting games out. Although, again, Kirby's had spin-offs. Although Fire Emblem... Well, let's think about this. From Engage until now, have we had any Fire Emblem games, or is it just... Well, Shadows. We had Shadows, which I still stand Shadows. I think that's an amazing time. Shoot, was it just Shadows and a bunch of Heroes updates? Because 3 Hopes was before Engage, and I think that's the most recent spin-off. Yeah, just Shadows. Wow. Well, I mean, Heroes carries, but, you know, we don't need to talk about Heroes. But, alright, never mind, I guess. Never mind. I guess Fire Emblem's in a similar boat. Just the next game was announced and came out a lot faster. Return to Dreamland was my favorite game of all time before Forgotten Land. Return Deluxe is my personal second favorite. I know you meant Speed Run, but Speed Rub sounds really funny. Bandanity Tour, please. They gave Danity a cutting attack in 1 game. Would you want Taranza and Susie to have their own Magolor Echolab equipment for Triple Lux and Robobot remakes? Yes. Yes, I would. I think they could be... I don't think they're going to have as much potential as Magolor has. Taranza especially, like... I don't know what they would do with Taranza, but I don't think he has a moveset that could really capitalize on the Magolor Epilogue system. Susie, I don't think so either, but you could, like, upgrade her Robobot, I guess. I think that, they would need to... The system would have to be changed. But something similar to Magolor Epilogue, I think, would be really cool. Triple Deluxe over Robobot, over Return to Dreamland, over Star Allies. That sounds like the general consensus if you swap Robobot and TDX, I feel like. I mean, my consensus is Return to Dreamland over Robobot, Triple Deluxe, Star Allies. That's my order, but... No, I lied. It's Return to Dreamland, Planet Robobot, Star Allies, Triple Deluxe. That's my order. But... Great Lakes, thank you for the head patch. And Cassius, welcome aboard. Hope you're wonderful and wonderful today. And Dogger Love in the Twitch chat, thank you for the head pat. Welcome aboard. Hope you're also doing wonderful and wonderful today. By the way, people got so mad at Shadows in the first place. But it's just funny because 3 years between mainlines is, like, so nice. Yeah, I'm in camp, like, I would like more, for Fire Emblem specifically, I would like more spin-offs. Kirby too, though, like, this is a series that, like, half of its library is spin-offs. Some of the most well-regarded, cherished games in the series are spin-offs. And it's like, ever since the eShop, they're just like, whatever. Random fact about Forgotten Land. Let's see. All right. I'm trying to think of a bomb fact. We've been doing a lot of bomb runs recently. Okay, I got one. The third level of Wonderia, I'm trying to remember what the name is. The haunted house level. In the dark room, there's that door you enter for the secret Waddle Dee, where you gotta use Cutter, to keep... Yeah, you gotta use Cutter... No, you gotta open a door to hit a timing puzzle where there's either a Gordo or a Waddle Dee. You get the Gordo, you miss the Waddle Dee, but if you get the Waddle Dee, you get the Waddle Dee. You can actually, with Chain Bomb, you can do this with other abilities as well, like Tornado. But Chain Bomb is one of the abilities you can do this with. The explosion from Chain Bomb is so big, you can actually, if you plan all 6, you can hit them through the wall. If you do it from the side, you can hit them through the wall and get the Waddle Dee that way. It's so cool. But you meant SOV for a second there? Oh, yeah, Shadows of Valencia. Right, yeah. I still have a lot of fun with Shadows. I booted it up the other day. Not the other day. It was a little longer than that, actually. It was when they announced Celica, because she's really cute in that game. So I booted it up just to see if it was still a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Yes, hello, Cassie. I hope you're doing awesome today. Robobot? What about Robobot? Sorry, that's not your fault. It's YouTube's for making me lose my way. Making me lose my way. Where did this message go? I saw Robobot is on the top of that list. Yeah, no matter what, Robobot's on top. Well, for most people. For me, like I said, it's Return to Dreamland, but I'm going to turn into a cute little puppy. It's all about, I always say this, it's all about what's on the inside. Forget the haters. Be the cutest puppy you want to be. Like, hi-yo. Robobot? I wish. Nah, Robobot! Yay! Thank you for the 7 stream straight. Thank you so much. If we get another remake, it's Robobot and Triple Deluxe 2-pack. Yeah. Yeah, no, I hope for that too. I think it would be, like, low-key kind of cool if we had a Dark Matter trilogy remake and they were in, like, a unique art style or several unique art styles is pushing it. But I think if we're gonna get a remake, like, Triple Deluxe and Robobot are realistic. But I think a Dark Matter trilogy remake would be really... I want more eyes on those games. I feel like, ever since this, like, slow appreciation arc of Dreamland 2 has been starting, I feel like I've been wanting to get more people in on speedrun. Competitive head packs! True! Bandanity's big day out. I need this game. Guest star doesn't count? I absolutely agree. Guest star doesn't, for Bandanity, does not count. Thanks, Pikmin Bloom, for telling me I walked 1.3k steps today. Pikmin! Do you know Star-Crossed World's anniversary? Yeah, yes, because it came out towards the end of August. I remember last year, back when this was actually Kirby month, last year we played it when it came out. It was so much fun. Robobot and TDX are close to me. After playing TDX, I do kind of get bored of Robobot being more of the same. That's my big problem with Robobot. When I did that series about, like, why every game in the series is the best and the worst, my critique against Robobot was that it's like, really look at what's new here. Like, I mean, there's stuff like the Robobot armor and it's sick, but even just looking at the boss fights, like, Clanky is reused assets of Wispy. Hollow API is entirely reused assets of older boss fights. Susie's original. Mecha Knight is just a Meta Knight battle. The Day-to-Day battle is just Day-to-Day battles. The Mecha Knight rematch is Meta Knight again. Haltman is basically Susie. There's the mini, there's even just looking at them. Obviously, there's more to the game than just the mini bosses. I'm just saying. Pikmin. Is it? Oh, you said. Oh, no, yeah. I mumble sometimes. So I guess sound like I'm saying Robobot. I guess I should make it a little clearer. I'm saying Robobot, but you know, when Robobots are sus. Thank you, Dog Girl, for the brain rot. Thank you. Bot and butt are very similar words in pronunciation. Yeah, Robobot sounds funny though. Mock Blaster, welcome aboard. Finish the bid on both accounts. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Wait, I forgot to change. I forgot to change back to main. Hey, no worries. But thank you. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. I actually did cheese that one with Chain Bomb in my regular playthrough. That was fun. I love Chain Bomb. Chain Bomb is so much fun. It's not great. It's not even like that good, but it's so big brain. I might return. See you, Thanos. Have a great one. Pretend you didn't see my secondary. No worries, Lizzie. No worries. Kind of glad it gives a magical girl vibe. Like, you reveal yourself already. We know you're a magical. Well, I am quite magical in terms of my joy. Magical girls are great, though. I really need to start watching Precure. Your secondary's profile pic is cute. Yeah. I think we're just overdue for a new Superstar-esque game and getting several mini campaigns with unique ideas. Oh, well, don't. Oh God, don't get me started on that. Well, we're talking about realistic things that I want here. Oh my God, though, I would kill for that. Oh man, I would love a Superstar 2. Oh my God. Oh. And they're all. Oh my God, they could actually all be like longer too. If it's a bunch of different, like, you know, we're not talking about like Superstar storage. We're not talking about DS remake of a Super Nintendo game. Like, this is the Switch too. You can make this thing like enormous. Like, all of these different game modes with all these unique ideas can actually like flesh themselves out and work off each other. Like, oh my God, that sounds so cool. But we gotta think realistic here. Jet actually going up is pretty new. Jet going up? What are we talking about, Jet? Talking about Jet? I'm Control F Jet. What did I miss? Oh, nothing. What are we talking about, Jet? I found Nintendo Power Magazine that still mentions Return to Dreamland as Kirby Wii. That game was Kirby Wii for like 5 years. I remember those days. The video was really good. Thank you. That makes me happy to hear it. Thank you so much. I said hiya. Yeah, this YouTube auto-translate thing is so bizarre. I hate it. What did AI auto-translate? Yes. Yeah, it's so annoying. I would love a new Superstar game, please. I would adore a new Superstar game. I don't want to think too hard about that, because it's never gonna happen. Hiya is an expression of affection, but like, it's a little strong. Yeah, it auto-translated hiya to I love you. It's so weird. So strange. You know the dumb rainbow drop puzzle in Cloudy Park? You know what would make it considerably better? Swap the Kine and Rick bags. Yeah, put the Kine in Blocky room and Rick in Master Green's room. You know, okay. I'm sorry to make it sound like I'm not taking your point seriously. Trust me, I am. But like, you know what would make that puzzle better if Master Green was actually green? Why is he not green? I'm still, the only game that he's green in is Dreamland 2 DX, which is a fan project. He's never green. And I don't mean like evergreen. I mean never green. Grab, Hullabaloo, howdy do, Musky Prawns and Timbuktu. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Hope you're wonderful and wonderful today. I was in store. I wanted to pipe up when the convo was about magical girls. I like me my magical girls. I do. I am partial to my edgy magical girls, but I am also partial to my like pure magical girls as well. Okay. All right, let's start getting prepared for this. Get you ready. Get you unready. This is gonna feel weird. I'm gonna be streaming without my logo. I genuinely, I don't remember the last time that I did this. When was the last time I streamed without that logo? All right, here's Life Split. Well, it's getting ready. Okay, close the splits. All right, there's one. Can I, like, duplicate? Well, let me duplicate. Darn, it won't let me duplicate. Dang gump. Okay, all right, so let me open a second Life Split. Close. Let me open up a third Life Split. There we go. Wow, that's 3 Life Splits. Wowie zowie. Okay. Alright, so this first Life Split. Window capture. Okay, Life Split 1. And then Life Split 2. I sure can count. Let's do like 1, 2, 3. Timer started on all of them. Very nice. Let me turn off global hotkeys. Let me turn off global hotkeys. Let me turn off global hotkeys. Alright, this is for testing purposes. Alright, so this... Okay, so that one is gonna be... You. Okay. So you're coming over here, bucko. I'm gonna put you, like, right here. Okay, and then you... Or this one... And also go in that corner, sure. Okay, and then you would be the third one. Very good. Alright, then I gotta turn global hotkeys back on for all of these, only to turn it off again when the race actually starts. So I just want to make sure that I have this working. So if I turn off global hotkeys on this one, and I come here and I press 5, that one will still be going on. Perfect, perfect, okay. Alright, great, okay. Alright, chat, we're ready. Oh, actually, you know what else? One final thing. I don't know where I'm gonna put it, though. I don't even know if this is gonna be, like, worth adding, but I can at least try. Because I did make this, and I didn't wind up using it. Camborg with the raid! Thank you so very much, Camborg. Mosk, we got a shout out for Camborg. Pretty pleased with puppery doos on toppery doos. Thank you so much. Alright, where is it? Where's the... Here it is, okay. So this is the full draft. I just don't know where we can really fit it. I guess I could put it, like, down here. It'll block me a little bit, though. How about... Oh, this is, like, so close to working. Alright. No, alright. I think we got this. I just need to move the YouTube chat down a little bit, and I think we're in a good spot. Alright, so this is a little cluttered. But I think we're in a good spot. KO, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Hello, Camborg. Hope you're doing awesome and amazing and wonderful today. Thank you so much for stopping by. It goes against the rules unless it's the thing I was talking about. Wait, what are we doing? Wait, what did I miss? It goes against Rame's rules unless it's beer. What are we talking about? I put VibRibbon on a 3DS. That's crazy. I don't even know how you got that to work. Only thing I got was Bea. I know there's probably kids in here. Yeah, I mean, there are people that are under the age of 18. I've definitely toyed with the idea of just doing like 18 and above only, so that I don't have to deal with kids. But you know, it'd be what it be. I unmissed the missed whole thing. But yeah, so how does this work? All right, thank you, Unity. Thank you for asking. I know I'm very late to this. Sorry about that. I'm not gonna pin it, but I am gonna share the paste bin. I'm absolutely fine sharing this multiple times if people would like me to. But this is a paste bin that goes over the rules for a draft race. Basically, there's a group of 3 people. Join the No Kids Allowed squad. Yeah, I wish. But basically, excuse me. So there's 3 people that take turns drafting abilities in a snake order. So for the sake of example, I talked about this in the video, but I'll go over it here. Team 1, they pick first. In this case, Wayne got drafted. Actually, I could do what I did in the video and like keep them hidden, but I don't feel like doing that. I'd have to remember to update them. I don't want to do that. But yeah, Wayne got drafted first. Then Team 2 picks, they get Fire. Team 3 picks, they get Tornado because it's snake order. Team 3 now gets second pick, they get Parasol. Then Team 2 gets next, they get Water. Team 1 gets High Jump, etc., as it goes on. What makes this particularly important, and the secret sauce that makes a Kirby draft actually work, is that, the order that you draft the abilities in, that is related to the world that you're allowed to use them in. So basically, like, Wing got drafted first for Team 1, right? So they can use Wing in Cookie Country. After Cookie Country, they can no longer use Wing. They can only use High Jump because that's Raisin Ruins now. Because they're in Raisin Ruins, right? So they can only use High Jump. That said, once Raisin Ruins is over, you're not allowed to use High Jump anymore. Now you have to use Ice and Onion Ocean because Ice is what you drafted. This is just the draft order. Shoutouts to Spam and Pyro. We're not sure if either of them are here. I don't think Spam's here. I haven't seen him around today. But if he's here in the YouTube chat, he'd be Roy Sourboy. I think Pyro would just be Pyro, probably on the Twitch end. But we came up with this together, the three of us, after a lot of back and forth because I did not think Kirby Draft was something that could actually work. There was too many workarounds that we'd have to do, so this is what we ultimately decided on after a lot of back and forth trying to make it work. A lot of fun. Really glad we made it work. I really like this game in particular for Draft. This is just kind of going back to what I was saying before. Hold on, I just want to make sure of something. Okay. This is kind of going back to what I was saying before about what makes Return to Dreamland so much fun to play. Like, I think all of TDX, Robobot, and, well, Forgotten Land just wouldn't work because there's 12 abilities. But I don't think TDX or Robobot you'd be able to do this in. I just think there's a little too much more going on in those games compared to this. And even if you could do it in those, I don't know if it would be as fun. I just, the abilities aren't as, like, ridiculous in those games either. This really is, like, the perfect game. It's like a Super Nintendo game in that regard. Just pick it up, play it, just go through it, beat it, have fun, and just keep doing it, like, over and over and over. It's such a good time. So for what it's worth, we do have guidelines on the YouTube chat now. I'm reading Cass's message. I'm reading the we do have some guidelines on the YouTube channel. That said, you're fine. I don't really know what I don't quite know what Great Lakes is talking about, but you're fine, Cassius. You're good. Goes against the rules unless this thing I was talking about. Yeah. There's the paste bin. Cassius says no to underage drinking. Yeah. I say no to it too. Is mixing allowed? Okay, this is big. This is the secret sauce that makes Kirby speedruns in general work. Yes, mixing is allowed. So I remember a while back I did like a single player draft where I didn't allow mix, and I stand by that. I think drafting a single player setting is a lot more interesting if you're not allowing mix. But for a multiplayer draft, it is allowed. I also want to talk about the concept of free copy abilities. Thank you for reminding me, Jenny. This is just, you got a combo package here. So the concept of anything that is free, this is also comes from Fire Emblem Draft Races, but anything that is free, you don't have to draft, you just naturally get it. In this case, normal Kirby, you do not have to draft. Obviously, this run would not, any Kirby game wouldn't work if you couldn't play as Kirby. And then the super abilities are free as well. Largely, when we initially did this, my logic was, well, you want to be able to beat Magolor and Grand Doomer, right? So let's just make the super abilities free, why not? This wound up having a very interesting repercussion that I actually really like. I didn't think to do it in my Team 1 or Team 2 runs very much, though, so only Team 3 really got to capitalize on it. We'll see as we go along. I don't know how much it would change the standings necessarily, but, yeah, this is also a one-player only run, and that's something I'm actually kind of considering looking at having changed. Just because I talk about this in the video, watch the video, but you'll notice what Team 3 has in World 7. And World 7 is also the World 8 draft, because World 8 is just 2 boss fights. There's the shoot 'em up level, but you don't need it. I guess Landia is free as well in that case, I guess. But yeah, I know, World 8 is just Magolor. It's like really not worth drafting for. And we'd run out of abilities if we had to draft for World 8 anyway, right? So the World 7 draft is also the World 8 draft. I drafted very poorly. Team 1 having Sword was not a good idea. I think Sword should be World 6 and then Beam should be World 7. Spark actually wound up working out pretty well. We'll get there when we get there. Just like the Ninja Turtles taught me. You got it, you got it. Sorry, I wrote that before the one copy per world. Snowball viable. Yes, you got it. You got it. You got it. Yeah, we'll see Snowball as we go along. But Snowball is a very interesting one. Also, Chaco, welcome to the stream. I hope you are as wonderful as you are wonderful today. All right, I see we've got a lot of people on Twitch right now. Holy moly. We've also got a decent amount of people on YouTube as well. So I'd like to get started. Time to get drafted. So I'm gonna talk about like the actual draft process, like our thought mentality behind why we drafted what we did, why we did the order and stuff. I'm gonna be talking about that as we go along. So I'm not gonna talk about that now in the interest of getting started. But I think World 1, the first 2 drafts are like very obvious. I'll explain them, but I think they're very obvious. I was about to say they're on a complete disadvantage when they get to another dimension because I don't think Mike shows up at all. So the thing is, funny story, you can actually mix. Magalore gives you several opportunities to mix, so you can get Mike. The thing that stinks about Mike is that, and I believe Crash is the same way, they do negligent damage against both Landia and Magalore. I didn't do this in the actual recorded run, but in testing, I got Mike out of the mix, and I was like, yeah! And then I used all 3 things of Mike, and it did about 10% of Magalore's health. I was like, oh, this is, like, completely worthless. This is actually completely worthless. You just have to normal Kirby it. Not fun. Not fun. Have a good rest, Camborg! Take care! Have a great one! That said, though, I think we're ready to get started. Wow, that takes priority over a live split, huh? Fascinating. Fascinating. Wow, I never knew that. Okay. Let me check something really quick. I just want to see. That did work. Okay, all right, very nice. Okay. All right, well, you know me, chat. If nothing else, I can't get started without a good 3, 2, 1 puppy, so let's do it. 3, 2, 1, puppy. All right. We are all going. Actually, I take this back. Hold on, I'm trying to take this back. I just noticed there are ads playing. I want to wait out the ads. Very sorry, very sorry. Very sorry for the tease. But there's like another minute of ads, and that's like scary. I'm just plopping, saying like, oh, we're about to get started. Alright, sorry about that, and what do you know, just in time, the ads are over, very nice. Alright, so let's try this again, this time with 100% more Kirby running. 3, 2, run, 1, oops, 3, 2, 1, puppy. Alright, and the timer started, perfect, okay. Alrighty, so, I started, learning Toki Pona, and it's really cool, but there's an issue. The word for puppy is also the word for every other small mammal, so puppies aren't unique. That's an outrage. That's an outrage. Shame this game has only 20 real abilities. The last team always gets shafted for the final bosses. Yeah, so, the thing that I was thinking to add it to, like, you know, help balance it out a little bit was, multiplayer. Because, even, I didn't know if I wanted to add all of the multiplayer characters as, like, their own individual draft, or just, have one single draft for the multiplayer and have that be, like, 4-player. Just have the capability of 4-player be a draftable, ability. So you get all of Daddy Meta Knight, Bandanity, the other Kirby's in one package. It seems a little strong, which is why I, excuse me, which is why I don't know which I want to do, but I don't know. They're still probably less strong than Wing, so it's okay. Alright, also, I just encountered a problem. Alright, problem fixed. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. I couldn't actually see Team 2's gameplay, but I can now. So you notice Team 2, the best thing about being Team 2 in, Cookie Country specifically, you may notice that, Wing and Tornado, they're either just straight up not available in Cookie Country, or you have to mix, you don't have to mix, you gotta do that World 4, Easter egg. You gotta, get close to the end of the level, and then, whoops, you gotta get close to the end of the level, and then you gotta go backwards, and it's like, whoa, there's so much going on. But Fire doesn't have to worry about that. So you'll be seeing Team 3 and Team 1, they are doing mixes. You can also see here the Wing, the Tornado mix I thankfully got right away, which is good because Tornado is like the worst ability for World 1. Wing is obviously the best, but it took me a while to get it. Yeah, Wing was a little tough here, but if you know anything about Wing, you know it'll catch up before very long. Don't worry, chat. I'll be sure to snooze your ads every now and then because I'm so generous. Oh, thank you, Wolfgang. Thank you. A little flubbed execution on Wing's End too. So I will also comment that I did these runs in the order that the draft was. So like I did Team 1 first, then I did Team 2, then I did Team 3. So by the time I got to Team 3, I was very practiced. No abilities for World 8 full stop could also be a solution technically. It could be, but I don't like that as a solution for a draft. I think not being allowed to use abilities in an ability draft is like, I don't want to say like it defeats the purpose of draft or anything like that, but like very specifically, it's not fun. Like this is all about having fun. Wow, look at Fire and Tornado. They're like neck and neck right now. Tornado actually took a little lead at some point. Why did he do that? Well, don't get used to it. Don't get used to Tornado having a lead for a particularly long amount of time. All races tend to start because, you know, everybody has to do the same like simple tasks over and over again. All races kind of tend to start very close to each other. Nothing is really like, there's no particularly crazy leads from Cookie Country, but, so let's actually talk about the, oh, gotta go stuff by there, new stuff. Let's talk about the drafting process here. Only because this one is so simple, I can do it now and have it be really quick. Wing is the best ability in the game. If you don't take Wing, that means another team is going to get it. You cannot give them the opportunity to get the best ability in the game, so you draft Wing. That's it. Fire is the second best ability in the game. You do not want to give anybody the opportunity to draft the second best ability in the game, so you take Fire. That's it. Tornado is when it actually starts getting a little more interesting. The thing with Tornado, there's two other abilities that are really good. You can tell what they are from the draft. It's Tornado and Parasol. Both those abilities are excellent. To be frank, they're incredible. Look at this quick kill on Fire's End, by the way. See how satisfying that was? I love this fight with Fire. You do this fight with Fire a lot in Hundo, so I happen to know that. Oh my god, even with the horrible mix, look at how quickly Wing is catching up. Jeez. My goat Tornado? Yeah, the Tornado one was cool too, but... Oh, hi, Bass, by the way. Hope you're awesome today. Truly is Kirby's Adventure in name only. Yeah, this is really Kirby's Adventure. Tornado would be the best one. What is this Fire ability? Oh, I play Kirby's Adventure. Fire stinks. So, we'll get into more details with Parasol when we get to World 2, but, the big thing with Parasol is that, it is, I would argue, and this isn't my bias talking, I genuinely feel this way, I'd probably argue Parasol is better than, not Fire, jeez, it's better than Tornado, but, what Parasol can do in World 2 is so much better than what Tornado can do in World 2, compared to World 1, which is kind of like, does it really matter? I don't think it really matters. So we opted for Tornado in World. You have to mix for Parasol anyway. So we just got Tornado in World 1. When we get to World 2, we'll talk about how good Parasol is. So as you can see, just like I said before, Tornado has already fallen behind. Is Fire's still hanging in there barely. Oh, never mind. Yeah, Wing took the lead. Don't expect Wing to lose that lead, by the way. Tornado is only good for the arena. Oh, it's actually quite not. Oh, okay, so here's the thing about Tornado. Yeah, and if you're Tornado has this annoying compromise with its main method of movement. Like, its dash attack isn't very good. It's not, like, terrible, but it's not very good either. So if you go to use Tornado's dash attack, it's like, well, you're not doing as good as you would be otherwise. But if you use Tornado's regular attack, then it's like, you have to wait for the end lag, and it's fine if you're moving through the level. But if there's a door, you're just kind of stuck. Onion Ocean and Parasol goes hand in hand. This is very true, but this is another reason why Parasol is such a good pick for Team 3 on World 2. Because if Team 3 doesn't take Parasol as their second pick, or their first pick, I suppose. But if you don't take Parasol in your round of drafting as Team 3, then either Team 2 can get Parasol, which with the current rule set you really don't want because Parasol is so much better than all of your other options. Or Team 2 doesn't draft Parasol, they take something else, and then Team 3, I'm sorry, Team 1, because we're doing snake order, Team 1 can kind of pick whatever they want for Raisin Ruins, whatever is available that's really good, and then they get Parasol for World 3, which gives them a huge advantage. So you really need to denial pick Parasol early. If you don't, it spells trouble. This is the candy section. I bonked the wall twice with fire. That's a little stinky. Tornado is not the third best. No, well, not for boss fights. I'm talking about level movement in tandem with the boss fights, like an actual full game playthrough. You know what I mean by full game playthrough. In that regard, I don't know. I really need to start doing like proper side-by-sides of Tornado and Parasol. Tornado is like really bad for boss fights, and Parasol is quite good for grounded boss fights, but also like boss fights are only so much. I don't know if this is like cold hard numbers, but boss fights I would say are like 15 to 20% of this game, and the rest is levels. And I feel like Tornado would be better than Parasol at moving around. I could be wrong. Look, by the way, look at the lead that Wing has managed to amass, despite getting hit right there. Wing is such a good ability in this game. It is ridiculous. I do think Fire is second best, but the gap between Wing and Fire is so massive. You have to take Wing as Team 1. You have to. You're not getting it back. A different team is going to take it. I used to love Return to Dreamland Tornado. I still love it. I think it's a super fun ability, and I think it's also, like, super good. Oh, I wasn't keeping an eye on Fire. I don't know what happened. Fire, like, really fell behind. What the heck happened here? Yeah, no, Team 1 and Team 2 and Team 3 are, like, keeping it close, which is not good for Team 2, because Team 3 is going to have Parasol for Raisin Ruins. That being said, the Wispy fight, that's going to be a huge benefactor for Fire. But for now, we can look at what Wing does. Wing is so good, Magalore copied it. Yeah, pretty much. Magalore Surge is basically the dash attack. Return to Dreamland was the first Kirby game I ever beat. It's such a good one. I love this game so much. Yeah, look at Wing go. He's doing dive bomb cancels. Basically, you're doing the aerial down B and just canceling it so you can do it on repeat. That's why I do mixless and wingless. That's basically Fire. Look at Fire in this fight, by the way. Like, it was a little line tornado. Wow, actually, okay. So obviously Wing wins. We all knew that was gonna happen, but who's gonna come out on top first? Oh, Tornado fell in the mouth. Okay. All right, never mind. I think I was doing this. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This is, like, super slow. Let me just go into the mouth anyway. Yeah, Tornado is so bad against bosses. And there you go. That's Wing done with Cookie Country. I do my timing on the final note of the Kirby dance. So for me, that's, it's unreal how crazy the gap is. I know. And then, like, Fire, the gap between Fire and whatever number 3 is, whether or not you think it's Tornado or Parasol, that gap is also, like, super crazy. I did also notice, I don't know if it was something with live split, like, at the time, or if it was, I don't know, maybe something happened, I don't know, but I did not finish Tornado. Like, I was looking at my splits, I did not finish Tornado, until after the 10-minute mark, but here it was, like, just barely sub 10. Like, Team 3 actually kept up with Team 2 a lot better. I noticed while I was, editing the video, but no, Team 2 and 3 are, like, very close, which is not what Team 3 wants to, not what Team 2 wants to see. Me finagling with going to the world map on Team 2. Great Lakes, thank you for the headbats! Thank you so much! While optimizing, I found it's really just Fire with some, boss killers and Parasol. Yeah, and even Parasol, like, I can't imagine, using Parasol over Fire, except for, like, World 3. And even, like, Wing, it wouldn't be worth it because it's Wing, but, Fire, I could see Parasol being worth it for Onion Ocean, nothing else really. But all right. So let's talk about the draft picks here. Parasol is dummy good. That's all you need to know. You'll know it. You'll know and you'll see it. We'll talk about why Parasol is dummy good as we'll go along. Just get ready for Team 3 to build, like, a massive lead. Even though, oh my god, what was I doing with Team 2? Team 2 is having such a hard time finagling menus. Well, let's talk about water. Let's talk about high jump. Okay, so water is really nice because, A, it has an incredible dash attack. It is also nice because there's a lot of water in this level that you can run over. Well, with water. With every other ability, you have to slowly float over it or be an ability that can move over the water. That's kind of the one flaw with Parasol here, but you'll see how much that matters when we get to the final times. So your options, water is obviously a really good one. Like, that dash attack is no joke. I mix for it in this run. I don't think the mix was worth going for. I think just, actually, for what, that's so tough. For, Team 1's draft, when we get to that, that mix is a necessity. But for water, you could plausibly just rock normal Kirby for the mini-boss, and then for the rest of the level and grab water, like, early on in the second level, because that's where water shows up. I don't know, though. I liked having water for the mini-boss. I liked having the dash attack for moving around. I liked having it for the beginning of the second level. Here we can see brute forcing using iframes on Team 1's end. We're going to see that on Team 2 and 3 shortly. And then Team 1 opted for high jump. So, high jump, there's a lot of moving up here. The thing about high jump is that Raisin Ruins 3 is what I was expecting its best level to be, because there's a lot of moving up in that level. But it's not, it's a lot of moving up with, like, ladders and platforms. Oh, Team 1, here's the high jump mix setup, by the way. Shoutouts to Pyrope for finding this. I never would have found this on my own. It is a very slow setup. But for high jump, it is a necessity because of all the time you save in level 2. And there's that cut I was talking about before because, I had to get the video out, so I didn't want to, like, you know, have to practice over and over, just to get, like, the quote-unquote perfect run. But there's high jump. We're gonna see in level 2, Team 1 is actually gonna take the lead over 3, despite how good Parasol is otherwise. It's a little slow here. The best way to move around with a high jump is to do, like, your high jumps, and then instantly air float, air puff, so that you can do high jump again. Team 2 is having a very slow mix, and while I was yapping, Parasol has already killed Bonkers. Here's another reason why Parasol is so good. As a boss killer, if you're only fighting grounded bosses, it is ridiculously powerful. Now look at how slow high jump has to go through this. It's like, oh geez. Mr. Duder is the best name for a boss fight? Absolutely. It's the best name for, like, any creature in the history of history. Oh. I don't know where the mods are at, but here we go. I don't know where the mods are at. Anyways. So weak sauce. So weak sauce. It's like high jump against boss fights. There's water. There's water against a boss. So there is that too. Water is like a good middle ground. It's actually very good in boss fights. Much better than high jump, but no Parasol. But here's what I'm talking about with Parasol. That it struggles a little bit. Like, you're gonna see these gaps of water. Like, especially this big one right here. You know, Parasol just kind of has to, like, do it normally. I mean, it's thankfully able to build such a good lead that, like, you can just kind of keep that carried. But you're going to see what high jump and water can do to cross these gaps of water. Like, Parasol just has to, like, slowly do it. High jump can just do that, you know? Like, we can just do this with high jump. It's... yeah, no, that was sad. But I think the best way to acknowledge that it was sad was to just ignore it. But you can see a high jump here. And then you look at water, just water using its dash attack, like... that was unfortunate on Water's end, but otherwise, like, Parasol is just... Water and Return to Lux got the weirdest nerf. A lot of abilities... This is something that I really don't like about Return to Lux. Is, like, they nerf so many abilities. This is an area where high jump is going to struggle with. Do not worry. It's going to be quite excellent later. But for now, I think Water is actually going to build a little bit of a lead because Water has a great dash attack that can get it through this. Rage Paint used to be believable. Alright. We don't need to talk about it anymore. We need to talk about Kirby. I cannot believe I didn't get hit there with high jump. I remember thinking that during the run too. High jump actually didn't. All right, maybe Team 3 doesn't lose their lead. Maybe they keep it up. Maybe they keep it up. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you can see like Parasol going through this room. It's gonna have to do like a lot of floating. It's gonna have to do things a little slower. Water actually has this part better than high jump. just because water's dash attack is so good. But water and high jump are still like neck and neck. They were neck and neck with a slight lead for high jump. Now they're neck and neck with a slight lead for water. As Parasol finishes the 3rd level. Kirby! Raisin Ruins doesn't have any underwater portions. A powerful bubble attack when you're using the water ability. It is helpful. I don't really think having like a buffed water attack is all that good. Look how quickly high jump goes through this, by the way. Like, look at how fast. Like, compared to everything else. Like, I'm messing this up. Like, I'm actively messing this up. Like, I'm going slow. Look at how fast it is. Here is, this level with Parasol. Oh, this level was a blast. I love doing this level with Parasol. I actually think in Hundo you do this with Parasol. At least single player Hundo. I should have climbed up the ladder there. Should have used the ladder with Team 3 Parasol. There's always room for improvement here. That's a lot of necks. Yeah, no, that's what happens with close races like this. All right, and this was the level where it's like, all right, high jump is going to save an insane amount of time here. Because this is all climbing upwards. That's all this level is climbing up. And, what is high jump good at, right? And it might look like Parasol is, like, struggling here. And I guess it is, like, a little bit. But first of all, water is going to struggle more because you can't use its dash attack in the air. Second, it's still got a lead over high jump. Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do-do. Yeah, and high jump is really catching up. This part with Parasol feels so bad. This is the fastest way to go about doing it. It feels so bad. Alright, and then Parasol sneaks in there. Perfect. High jump was actually about to catch up, but check this out. If you've played this game before, you know what's coming. It's a boss fight. Is it just me or Flare Beam is harder to control in the original Return to Dreamland than Deluxe? I don't know, but I've played Return to Dreamland for so long that I'm used to controlling it, you know? Oh, and here's water. Oh, having a struggle. Oh, water having a struggle. I have the vocabulary of a toddler. I get Hammer being the Starlight's version of Parasol, not doing a third of Wispy's HP instantly. Why can't you make rainbows in midair? Yeah, with water? I wish I knew. It's like a very funny thing about high jump, by the way. It's like Wing, where the cannons are just like slower. I think actually taking that cannon might be a little faster. I'm not sure. Taking this one is definitely faster though. Like, that's just a lot of distance you have to travel. Water is like losing big time right now. Look at that. They still have to go through the cannon section. Wow. Yeah, there we go. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, God, that water. Ugh, jeez. I'm looking at water screen land because I know water catches up. Because I mentioned this in the video, but like water and high jump like actually tie. Which is fascinating, by the way. When you don't have a broken wing, high jump is actually good enough at going up that I think it's worth dropping fire. I wouldn't know about that just because like in a vacuum it might be. But you'd have to like get rid of fire, grab high jump, and then get fire back. Like later on, obviously. You're not using high jump forever. So like in a vacuum, yeah, if replacing your ability didn't take a long time, then sure. But oh my God, Parasol movement, look how fast this Parasol movement is. Oh my God, it's so fast. And there's another boss fight in this level, which is another opportunity for water to catch up with high jump, by the way. Like, this dash attack of waters is no joke. This is a really good dash attack. Really spammable. The only problem with it is that you can't use it in the air. But something that I've learned, like, the more that I play this game is that it's... Oh, my God. Parasol killed Water Galbaros. I didn't even get to say, chat, it's Water Galbaros. Say hi to Water Galbaros. I didn't even get to say that. I guess we can do it again once high jump gets there, because this is going to take a while. This is where water catches up. I like the phrase up B. It sounds like uppies. Give me uppies. Give me puppies. Hi, Water Galbaros. Admire that jawline. Look at that jawline. So there's going to be a really cool thing with Water Galbaros that we'll get to see with water when we get there. But yeah, no, while high jump is flubbing boss fights like crazy, Parasol is building its lead even more. Hey, remember when I said not to feel too bad for Team 3 being stuck with Tornado? I said not to feel too bad about that. Oh, dang. Water's only a room behind now. Water's catching up fast. All right. So here's something really important. I mean, the rainbow attack in boss fights in general is really, really good. We're gonna see it. Like, you can tell the health bar is already really low. I got a little silly and greedy here. I didn't need to do that. I just want to show off this. So it wasted like a tiny bit of time, but it's still ultimately like really fast. The really cool Water Galbros thing is that because Water Galbros gives you water, you can just like, you don't need to hold on to water. You can actually get rid of your the ability star that you get when you spit it out. You can spit it out at Water Galbros and just inhale Water Galbros when you're done and get water back. Because normal Kirby is free for every team, don't forget. And is also, like, absurdly strong. The thing that holds... I didn't think the water dash attack was going to make that. The thing that holds normal Kirby back is the rapid succession of doing attacks, right? Oh, alright. So you get that. I don't need to explain myself anymore. We're about to fight Mr. Duder with Parasol. I barely talked about Parasol. It's not out of me not loving Parasol. It is literally just, like, it goes so fast. I can't keep up with it. Broke a B. Woke down a B. Down a B. Alright, so yeah, look at this. Look at Parasol. Just do it. Alright, there's Mr. Duder. Mr. Duder goes, hiya. Look at that health bar. Look at that health bar. And then, because we cannot take Parasol out of World 1, we can do this. And then we can do, World 2, I'm sorry. Then we can do this, and then, hiya. There you go. There you go. That's, Mr. Duder down. Yeah, no, and there's the energy sphere. High jump is not, like, high jump is going to start the fight during the Kirby dance. Like, Parasol got so far ahead. Because Team 3 was already, like, very far behind, right? So Parasol having to be, like, a full boss fight ahead, that was... It's unreal how good of a pick Parasol is for Razor Ruins. I said this in the video, but it was the most impressive looking ability of the bunch. Now we can see high jump against Mr. Duder, though. This is, like, not good. I was really hoping that this would have made Mr. Duder enter its second phase in this fight. Because high jump, like, can't do anything, but I was a little bit short, which cost me a little bit of time, but high jump's not doing this fight fast anyway. This is not, like, a major time loss. I guess it does allow water to catch up, which is not what, you know, you really want to see as Team 1. But yeah, I do that, and then... I don't know what happened there. I went to inhale the ability star. I think my input got eaten. Oh, Shane, welcome to the stream. How's it going? What are we watching exactly? Here, let me plop the paste bin here just so that you could see it. But, basically, this is a Kirby's Return to Dreamland draft race. I have all 3 of these runs recorded myself because, the other people... Hold on, I just want to see this Mr. Duder hit. Hi-ya! Sorry. I drafted this, like, I do draft racing with Fire Emblem, with a bunch of Fire Emblem runners, and I got a bunch of them to do a Kirby race at some point, and they wanted to do a Kirby draft race for this game, and this was the rule set that we came up with. You could read up on what the rules are in there, but basically, like, we came up with the rules, we did a draft, and then I recorded my perspective for all 3 different teams, and edit it together to have it look like a proper race. So we are racing. We don't know... Well, if you watch the video, you know what team wins. But if you're just watching the stream, you don't know which team wins. I do have the draft on screen. It's to, like, the middle left. It's where it says 1, 2, 3. That's how we drafted. You can read a lot of the specifics in the paste bin. It's not a very long paste bin. It helps that you get the good abilities right after the vertical sections are done. Yeah, exactly. Sounds like Uppy. Someone pick me up. I thought you could do rainbows of an air in the Wii version, and they removed that in Deluxe for some reason. No, if we're talking about water, that's grounded locked, even in the Wii version. Alright, so, here, I am going to talk about the concept of drafting poorly. In retrospect, I think Ice is a bad pick for Onion Ocean. I mean, that is with the hindsight, in fact, with, like, 50-50. Hindsight is 50-50. But I do think high jump is a pretty bad pick for this part of the game. I think high jump, I'm sorry. I think ice is an excellent ability. Definitely one of the best, maybe top 5 even. But its strengths are, like, really not suited for Onion Ocean. And I think, I don't know about right now, but I think if we add multiplayer character, either multiplayer characters or just multiplayer in general. I think if we add that, I think there's enough competition that somebody can actually get ice for World 4, where it would be really, really good. I think it would be a lot better in World 4 than here. I mean, it looks very good right now, don't get me wrong. It's definitely looking better than, normal Kirby and normal Kirby. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, so here is Snowball. Because I have ice with Team 1, this is ultimately why I think, ice was a bad pick here. So ice is only available in the first, like, where we got it. That is the only place that ice is available without mixing in all of Onion Ocean. And Onion Ocean does not have a lot of mixing opportunities because it's all water. So much of it is water. You really don't get a lot of mixing opportunities. So when it comes time for Snowball, you can see right now on Team 3's perspective just how dummy fast Snowball is. You'll also see that with Team 1, I opt to not take it at all. Because I need ice. I don't want a normal Kirby this. That would just be very slow. Slower than ignoring Snowball, taking Snowball, I'm sorry. I don't know why I got rid of it so early on Team 3. But Team 2, you'll also notice that I take it at the start, but then Cutter shows up, and I take it there. That one, I'm fairly certain is not worth it, just because you get Kibbleblade later. But I didn't want to fight Kibbleblade as a normal Kirby. I figured Cutter would definitely be the better choice, which it was, don't get me wrong. I just don't know if it was faster enough. That one's up in the air, though. It certainly didn't lose me nearly as much time as doing this did. This was definitely, this was not the right call. I would definitely hold ice off. I would not take it in Onion Ocean. I don't think it's a particularly good pick. I don't even think it's like a denial pick. It's particular. Like, ice is excellent, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's good enough. Is Snowball not an ability there? So I talked about this in the paste bin, but ice is a super ability, and super abilities and regular Kirby are all free. They're quote-unquote free abilities, which means that they don't need to be drafted. They're just free for everybody to use. You don't have to worry about them in the draft. I think Snowball in particular, the decision was made because I didn't want, none of us wanted Magolor and Grand Doomer to be impossible. And it's like, well, you just make them exclusively draftable for Magolor and Grand Doomer. And it's like, we don't like keeping the rules simple. We don't like doing like complex stuff. I understand if it was like, I normally like complex bands and stuff like that, but for draft, I just want it to be simple. Especially for Kirby, like, just keep it straightforward. I wasn't fully paying attention. Did you just say adding multiplayer characters to the draft? It's definitely something that I'm thinking about. I think it would definitely make Team 3's end of the game a lot less miserable. And I also think that, regardless of whether or not I think if we add all 4 characters, like, Day-to-Day Mennonite, Bandanity, and other Kirby, I think if we do that, I would make World 8 separately draftable, because we'd be adding 4 characters, and there would be 3 slots being added for World 8, and then World 7 actually gets a slot. So everything would fit perfectly. So I think if we did that, I would have World 8 be its own draft, not combined with World 7. If we did just multiplayer combined as one thing, then I would probably look more at keeping 7 and 8 still draftable. But yeah, look at this dash attack of Ices. It's like really good. It's just you lose so much time. You lose so much time because of Snowball. And so much of this level is just like water. Also, I don't remember how ice works entirely. I'm definitely doing this a little slower than I should. I don't fully remember how ice works. I guess I'm so used to like Superstar Ultra, Robobot. Definitely Robobot. It's an ability with no movement in a world with like 3 bosses. No, Ice's dash attack is excellent. But it doesn't have any movement in the water. There is one ability in this game that has good movement underwater, and that is an ability that you don't want another team to get. Like, one of the best things about Parasol in World 2, on top of how much better it is than everything else, it's also a perfect denial pick for World 3. You get Parasol super early in World 3 as well, and again, it's the only ability that, like, means anything in the water. At least if you're looking at, like, you know, optimized play, movement, speedrun, stuff like that. Funny on ices, using the ice shield. But yeah, like the few bits of where there's like solid ground, the dash attack looks really good. There's just not enough of it. compared to the water, which is why I think it would be, like, so excellent in World 4. Because, yeah, there's water, don't get me wrong. But first of all, again, Parasol's gone, so you're not getting good movement underwater. But there's also, like, not nearly as much of it. And it's still going to destroy bosses. I guess, like, trying to think if ice can make it to World 5, then maybe. But, like, in what world does ice make it to World 5? Right? What world? Even if you still opt to take Ninja and Fighter before you take ice, you're definitely taking ice before you take a Needle. Well, actually, no, that's Team 1's pick. I guess Team 1 could still pick Needle, but then they would just want Hammer for World 5 anyway. Because Hammer is better than Ice. Ninja's better than Hammer, actually, but, you know, that is what it is. Ben Tennyson, welcome aboard. How's it going? We're doing, well, we're watching. This is a quote-unquote race. I recorded all 3 perspectives, so it's not much of a race, but, this is from an ability draft. I have a paste bin if you want to read some of the information about it. It's really cool. I really like the idea that we came up with. This is a lot of fun to do. This is like a lot of fun to do. Yeah, Kirby race. Again, a little weird to call it a race because it's all with one person, but I think Return to Dreamland as a race game is like one of the... Actually, I might actually say I think as a race game, this is the best. I've raced a lot of Kirby games. I've raced a lot of Kirby games in my time, and I've had the most fun with Return to Dreamland. Even when I did that Hundo race with Hal, where I, like, forgot to grab, like, 6 of the energy spheres, I still had so much fun in that one. Oh, no! I haven't keeping up. The YouTube chat, like, scrolled up a baby amount. Oh, my God. Lomo, no! Welcome aboard. You're just comparing your speedruns? Basically, yeah, but because it's a format that, like, thrives and exists on, like, being a race, I think it'd be a lot more fun to, like, present it like a race. Is it a gimmick? Yes. Is it a fun gimmick? I would like to think so. Only using certain copy abilities. Yeah, depending on the order that you drafted them in. I have the paste bin. I can paste it here. I knew I'd be doing this a while throughout the stream because I want to keep my new video pinned because check out my new video! Hal, welcome aboard! Alright, okay, I just explained it. Read the paste bin, the TLDR of it. I just pasted the paste bin as well. The, unless you're rage baiting, which I don't think you are, you're not that type. The TLDR is that, we take turns, we do a snake order draft, drafting copy abilities, and then we're only allowed to use said abilities, in the order that we drafted them in per world. So, like, World 1 for Team 3, they can only use Tornado, and then they get to Team 2, they can only use, Parasol, Furies, and Ruins. They get to World 3, as we're seeing right now, they can only use Bomb, etc., etc. World 7's draft also counts for World 8. Normal Kirby is free, super abilities are free. The penalty for breaking the rules is that you have to restart the level. I will say, by the way, you're gonna see a one screen blur out later. I'll bring it up when we get there, but, I was doing the runs, and I got to a point in Team 1 that I didn't feel like doing over again, so I broke the rules, but I made sure that it took, like, a lot longer than it would have otherwise. What are the rules? They're in the paste bin. I basically said what all of the rules are. I mean, I guess the only thing that I didn't mention is that, for now, we're definitely thinking about changing this in the future, but for now, this is a one-player speedrun. And it's any percent. So the time starts when you select story mode, and the time ends when you land the final hit on, I think it's Magolor EX. I think that's what his second phase is called. It's been a while since I've looked. Aren't you forced to use, 3 super abilities in Magolor? Yes, but, again, the super abilities are free. Magolor and Grand Doomer were why we made the super abilities free. It just so happened that Ice Bowl was like Ice Bowl, geez. Snow Bowl was a really happy accident. That's why the supers are free. Exactly. Magolor still gives you your last ability you had before the Ultras. There's actually something a lot cooler you can do. You are correct, Totsugeki, but there's something a lot cooler that you can do that we also do against Grand Doomer. I'll talk about it when we get there. I wish Ice could stay... Yeah, that would be really cool if Ice could skate over water. I love that they added that in KFL. I thought the dash attack was only faster than sliding in Robobot. Maybe I need to do a time trial. No, I mean, you have a little, like... I mean, you have slowdown on the slide kick, but you also have slowdown on the dash attack. I guess the dash attack for Ice has a little bit of startup, but... A big thing about dash attacks in this game, especially compared to slide kicks, is that when you're moving, like, up terrain, for some reason, they go a lot faster. I don't know why they go, like, so much faster. Ice also is looking like it has a lead against Cutter right now. I don't know if that's just because, High Jump... I'm sorry, Team 1 naturally had a lead over Team 2. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, here's something cool that Bomb can do, by the way. Bomb actually does... This is, like... This is the one part, one of the very few parts that bomb is, like, actually faster than its competition. This, I'm just playing safe. I don't know, you can do whatever you want here. But if you do the bomb plant, instantly air puff, and bomb plant again, you keep a lot of your momentum going while keeping verticality and not slowing down to float. It is really nice. I was heating up food. I didn't hear what you said, but I'll look at the link. Okay. Very, 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 I can explain. I figured I'd be explaining it a lot today. But I think that the pacement is just like, there's not a lot of rules, so it's very clear and concise. But I'll say it again. You know, I don't want to be mean. But the TLDR is that it's an any percent race. It's any percent draft race. But the rules are founded on any percent. So when you begin the story mode, that's when the timer starts, and it ends on the final hit of Maglory. EX, I think his name is. You take turns drafting abilities in a snake order. I got scared with ice for some reason. I don't know why. Sorry. But like, Team 1 drafts first. So in this case, they draft wing. Then Team 2 drafts. What am I doing? Why don't I just... What am I doing with ice? What am I doing? Sorry. Yeah, weird. Sorry, I don't know what I don't know. Anyway, so Team 1 drafts wing, Team 2 drafts fire, Team 3 drafts tornado, and then Team 3, because it's snake order, Team 3 drafts parasol, Team 2 drafts water, Team 1 drafts high jump, then because it's snake order, Team 1 drafts ice, blah, 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 blah. The way that the draft works is that only abilities that are used per world are for drafted. I know that didn't make any sense. Let me try that again. The order that you draft abilities in is what you're allowed to use per world. So Team 1 drafts wing first. They can only use it in Cookie Country. Then they draft high jump, so they can only use high jump in Raisin Ruins, because that's World 2. As we're seeing now, even though we're underwater. Team 3 can only use bomb in Onion Ocean, because that's what they drafted. When we get to White Wafers, they're only going to be able to use ninja, blah, blah, blah. If you get another ability, because mixing is allowed, so if you get another ability, like, by mistake, you don't get penalized for it so long as you don't attack with it. You just get rid of it and then, like, move on. But if you have your ability and you attack with it, like, you actually, like, do something to, like, damage the enemy or the environment or whatever, then your penalty is that you have to restart the level. If you don't accept that, then the run is just invalid. Like, you lose. Like, it's an equivalent of a DNF. It did not finish. What about Crash? I'm just gonna address this real quick because I saw it. Crash is worse than Mike. Believe it or not, it is worse than Mike. It doesn't one-shot a lot of the bosses in Dangerous Dinner. And, yeah. Have you ever played Kirby in the Forgotten Land? Yes, I have. I love Forgotten Land. A couple days ago, actually, I mean, fine, you know, you miss it. But a couple days ago, we were doing bomb only. We were doing bomb only speedruns through the main game. So much fun, so much fun. My run could have been a lot better because I miscounted Waddle Dees in World 5, so that stunk. But super fun category, super fun game. I love Forgotten Land so much. Did I forget anything? Oh, right, free abilities. Normal Kirby is free, and super abilities are free. I think those are the only rules. If I'm forgetting anything, then you can let me know if you read the paste pin. How does Mike even work? I mean, you use Mike. You use Mike. I mean, you really only use it for the mini bosses. That's the only thing it's really worth, but Crash is trash. Crash is trash. The single-use abilities are allowed to be used multiple times. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, if you lose... If you're doing a run, obviously, I edited down the footage here to make it look like a more, quote-unquote, legit race. But if you make a mistake and you lose your ability, like, it is drafted. You can always get it back. I hate that you sink in that windy water area in the remake. I hate everything about being underwater in the remake. It's so much worse. I lose fire constantly because of it. I'm not surprised. Just in general, like, it's so sloppy. Thank you, Daisy World, for the text packs. Thank you so much. Mick, Great Lakes, thank you so much for the head packs. Thank you so much. About the meta, should Team 1 try to get Wing for World 2? No. If Team 1 does not take Wing right away, then Team 2 or Team 3 are gonna nab it. There's no world out there where you're gonna save time by not drafting Wing right away. And if the other team steal it for World 1, they just kind of waste it. Yeah, I know what you mean, but there's no world out there where Wing loses you time by not selecting it right away. You strictly look at that with ice, by the way. So satisfying. That being said, look at Cutter. Cutter here is also, like, crazy because of, less because of the dash attack and more because of that aerial down B. I mean, everything about underwater and Return Deluxe. It's like we were saying before. Oh my god, look how close they are. Sorry. Like, the swimming controls are just, like, less good. Hal's complained about this before. The swimming controls are a lot less good. When you land in the water, you, like, plop into the water, even if you're holding up, instead of, like, this game where it's... You showcase Team 1 getting Wing in World 1, get a bad ability in World 2, and get smoked by Parasol. Well, I mean, they're gonna get smoked by Parasol in World 2 regardless. There is nothing here, because, like, World 1, so World 1 takes Wing. So if you're saying, like, alright, well then in World 1, like, you take Parasol so that they can't get Wing in World 2. And then, I don't know, like, hey, it's Mastack. So you take, like, Parasol for Wing in World 1, and then you take Parasol instead of Wing. Then Team 2 gets Wing and saves an immense amount of time over you in World 1. And then Team 3 is going to get Fire, which is also going to save time over you. And then Team 3 gets the second pick, which, in this case, could be Tornado, because Tornado in World 2 is also excellent, just not as excellent as Parasol. So you're still getting smoked. And then World 2 is going to get Water, now like, the draft has quote-unquote caught up to itself. So Team 2 is still going to get Water, and then Team 1 is still stuck with High Jump. So you're getting a worse ability for World 1, while the other teams get to benefit. Oh, shoot, Bomb is on Fatty Puffer. Bomb is on Fatty Puffer. I didn't even notice. Yeah, that was my fault right there. I missed the bomb. I think that would have killed, but it's fine. And it cost, like, too much time. I knew Claire would be dominating Claire, but I'm surprised Claire is also dominating Claire. The puppy is 100% loyal. Underwater levels are always the worst. I kind of like Underwater and Kirby, actually. I think Underwater and Kirby could be a lot of fun. Here's actually something with ice. I made a little oopsie. I was like, it'd be too slow to grab the Maxim Tomato. I'm just gonna rock it like this. Kind of forgetting that, like, the core of Kirby boss fights are brute forcing. So, I wind up having a very slow clear with ice here. Especially because for some reason I didn't guard right there. Like, I started the guard and then I stopped. I don't know what I was doing there, but... On top of ice, like, not really being a great pick for World 3 in general, I was also, like, a little bit clunky with my execution. I definitely think ice for World 4. I definitely think that's gonna be, like, the meta going forward. I just made a Dr. Seuss reference. Yo. Hey, yo. I was trying to kick that, but my execution is so slopped with ice for some reason. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I did Team 1 first. Team 1 is my first draft, so a lot of... do you have a community Discord server, if you don't mind me asking? That's crazy that you said that, and then the bot immediately posted the Rame Discord. I do also have, like, a direct Discord server myself, if you want to go in that one. I can get you the invite link, one sec. I still highly recommend joining the Rame server, because that's... You got a bunch of wonderful VTubers there. I love them all. Rame being the VTuber group that I'm a part of. But if you want to be in my server specifically, I understand that, too. Oh, we broke 400 members finally. We had 300 like years ago. All right. That said, I'm gonna set this to expire in like 30 minutes, just because I don't want this like being shared. I don't think you're specifically gonna share it around, but like a bad apple is gonna share it around, right? No, I wanted to. No, I don't want to boost. Oh my god, I want to copy this. I want to copy this link. All right, there we go. Copy the link. I have to do this on mobile. All right, so here we go. Mix setup in World 4. You might have noticed an awkward cut, like I said before. That was just because I wanted the race to be a little more legit. See Fighter in World 2. We got Ninja there. We're gonna get Needle pretty soon. Needle did really good for itself here. My logic is that since World 1 is the shortest in the game, it's the one where Wing saves the least amount of time. That's fair, but the other teams, there's still no reason not to draft it, like, earliest, though, because, like... So then, let's say, for sake of example, that, like, World 2 doesn't... I'm sorry, Team 2 doesn't take Wing either. Let's say that. Then they take Wing for Raisin Ruins, and they save even more time than Parasol. And if the specific logic here is that, Team 2... I'm sorry, like, you don't need the best abilities in World 1 because it's so short, right? Then that also puts on the table that, like, Parasol might not be worth drafting for, World 1 either. So, like, you know, I think you draft Fire no matter what. I think it's just, like, too easy. But if you don't if it's too greedy in a draft setting to say, like, well, this could save me time later, because there's no world where Team 1 is going to get Wing back. Because now you have a Team 2 that is going to have Parasol or Tornado, most likely. And then Wing is going to be available for the Team 3. Like, you want to get the best... You don't want to wait to get the best abilities, because you're just giving other teams the opportunities. Like, if they're all going to think greedy, that's fine. But if there's one person who doesn't think along those lines, then they're just saving... They're saving time compared to everybody else. I forgot about the order. Yeah, it's snake order. If it was, like... Let's say, for example, if it was... I think I made a mistake with Team 1 here. I think I was supposed to go up, but, like, whatever. If it was, like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then Team 1 would just win the race. What makes it balanced is that it's snake order. Oh, shoot. I was supposed to send this link in the Twitch chat. I'm sorry. Here, let me put this in there. I'm so sorry, Ben. I'm so sorry. I get yapping and I can't stop. That's a me thing. I'm so sorry. Here we go. All right, so the one that's there, that's the Rame Discord. This is an invite link to mine. It's gonna expire in about 30 minutes. If the opponent gets Wing, enforcement or worse ability for the late game. Let's see. Logic is that World 1 is the shortest in the game, is also the one where Link seems the amount of time, which is still a lot, of course. And then the opponent gets Wing. Yeah, but... Yeah, because it's 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Like, you're gonna see when these final times are, like, all said and done. Like, this was a very close race. I don't think all of these choices were correct. I know I've said this already, but, I definitely think Ice in World 3 was a misplay. There's some others that happened later on that were also just, like, not it. I don't think I think Ice in World 3 was, like, the worst. That was definitely the one that's, like, in retrospect, I'm like, oh, this needs to change. But I think bare minimum, yeah, Snake Order does stop that. I think bare minimum, the first 4 picks have to be Wing first, Fire second, Tornado third, Parasol fourth. I think those, like, it has to be that. I don't think you can do it differently, but you're going to lose. I think once you get to, like, the water versus high jump, I think I talked about this a little bit in the video, but, like, Cutter would also be really good for World 2. Cutter is, like, really good anywhere. Cutter is the ability that, like, it could go in World 1, it could go in World... Well, okay. It could go in World 2, it could go in World 7, and, like... It's just... Well, maybe not World 7. Maybe that's a little extreme, but... We did have, like... We didn't race with this one. We wanted to get a vibe for what the order would be like. The very first draft that we did... I did not talk about this in the video because it, like, doesn't count. Thank you, Ben. I'm sorry I'm such a yapper. We actually had Cutter in World 6. That is definitely a little extreme. Next one we did, I think it was World 4. And then this one, it was World 3. Cutter keeps finding its way earlier, I suppose. There is no malice here, only mischief. But yeah, no, I love draft. Snake Order draft it's so interesting. It's so cool. It's so fun. Have you ever done any other speedruns? Yes. My main thing is actually doing Kirby runs. I know you're watching on Twitch, but I'm also talking to my YouTube chat. I have a YouTube channel where I upload full, like, videos. Like, this month alone, I think I've uploaded 3 that were around 15 minutes, not 15. Normally they're, like, 15 to 30-minute videos, 15 to 30-minute videos about, like, a specific topic or a specific ability. I can link the YouTube channel. It's my chat. I can link the YouTube channel. But if you're interested, like, if you really like Kirby and you want to see more, like, Kirby speedruns and stuff, I do stream them a lot. I make videos about them a lot. Did I spell Claire right? Yes, I did. Okay. I was like, uh-oh, did I spell my name right? Uh-oh, spaghetti. What's the flattest world in return? Flattest. That's a good question. Might be White Wafers. Actually, might be this one. Why are we talking about Malice all of a sudden? What did Ganon do? I thought that was Calamity. Oh, it's Calamity Ganon because there's no such thing as old video games anymore. Oh, Needle, by the way. All right, so I've been so busy talking about, like... All right, actually, okay, so I did not talk about the draft mentality for World 3 much because Onion Ocean is, like, a nightmare to draft for. Drafting for World 3 is really tough just because it's like, what do you draft? Because there's so much water everywhere. You don't want to, like, you don't want to give yourself a bad ability, but as we saw, Ice was a complete waste. So it's like, where do you find that balance, right? But World 4 is a lot more straightforward. So Team 3 gets the first pick. They go with Ninja because the mix setup here is really easy. There's a lot of reliable backup to get Ninja here. And Ninja, fun little fact here, is actually the best boss killer in the game. It is not Hammer. And then Fighter is not quite as good as Ninja. I wound up getting the best time here. I think I just made mistakes. That's the only explanation, is that I made a bunch of mistakes. But Fighter can do a lot of what Ninja does, about as well. It's a little worse at killing bosses, but everything else is, like, about the same. So, Team 2 went with Fighter just to keep up with Team 3. That left Team 1. So I was originally going to be like, oh yeah, let's go Hammer here, right? But this is where what Jenny was talking about. This is where that kind of mentality comes in handy. What would be better, taking Hammer for World 4 or taking it for World 5? Because Team 1 gets to pick for World 5 right after they get to pick for Team 4. And, I love Nunny Noon. It's like my favorite part of the game, but all biases aside, it's still better to lose time in World 4 and save time in World 5 than it is to save time in World 4 and lose it in World 5. So Hammer was the ultimate pick for World 5, like, be all end all. Once again, this was able to work because Pyrope found a fascinating mix setup. I've never seen a mix like it, but Pyrope found a very early, very reliable, very funny, mix setup that we'll see when we get there. And then I was thinking back to any percent, and it's like, oh shoot, don't you actually use a needle? Even in any percent, you use needle for like 5 seconds. And I was thinking about it, and it's like, oh my god, needle's available like super early. There's tons of ledges, so you can do the fun little tech with needle's dash attack. I'm gonna introduce myself in the Discord real quick. Yay! Thank you for joining. Thank you. There's a lot to do in there. We've been getting more people joining, a lot more people yapping. They've all been like well behaved, which is very nice. Oh god, needle. That's what you use it for at any percent. Then you grab the crystal and you just like leave. But we don't want the crystal. We want needle. Anyways, yeah. So I opted for needle. We opted needle for World 4 just because of its availability and its niches with its dash attack. Unfortunately, as much as I love needle, it is no fighter. It is no ninja. But it did pretty good, all things considered. I think like half a minute. It lost a little under half a minute, which is like cool, especially if the time that you could save with Hammer winds up making up for that. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Do you imagine? Claire's talking about how she puts a 30-minute expiration date on a Discord link she put into her Twitch chat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, the person I was putting it in there for, I don't expect any malice out of them. It's just, you never know when, like, a meanie pants lurker is going to show up. I know most lurkers are the opposite of meanie pantses. Look at that needle, by the way. Oh, it's so cool. Another fun thing about Return to Dreamland, you might be wondering why, I don't know why I'm not doing anything right there, but when I'm running on ice, you might be wondering why I'm not slide kicking or dash attacking or whatever. Your movement speed is exponentially increased, when you're running along ice. It is actually faster, just so that you can keep up your momentum. It is straight up faster to not, I mean, that's a little different because you're doing the dash attack off the ledge looking at needle. But yeah. Calling out for tickets to Fluffleland, available for a limited time only, for 30 minutes only. Yeah, and see, again, love needle with all my heart, but we could see fighter, like, is actually catching up. I don't know what's my problem with ninjas, though. I'm playing, like, really badly with it. So what is this, stage 3? No, it's stage 4, okay. I'm trying to think, like, for World 4, I'm trying to think if there's anything that I would change about the draft. I mean, obviously, what jumps to mind is ice. Taking ice in World 4 instead of World 3. Ads are snoozed! I know who did that. I already know who did that. Thanks, Wolfgang. But yeah, because I'm just thinking, like, you know, maybe Needle, like, I don't even know if Needle is available anywhere in World 3. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's in the first level or not, because we want to save for Snowball. But, like, I don't even know if Needle is anywhere in level 2 or 3. Ideally, we'd want it in level 2. Get Needle back, please. Okay. Ideally, we'd want it in level 2 so that we get it early, but I don't know where it is. I don't know where a mix setup would be either. On ice, Kirby turns into Dingle-Dial CTR. That's a very interesting way of putting it. I like that. Lurkers like attention and may bring you gifts, but they're too nervous to talk. Yeah. You know, I just appreciate lurkers. I am completely fine. So long as you're lurking and, like, you know, behaving and being a good person or pup, then I love having lurkers. Oh, here's something that happened with Ninja, by the way. So we have Ninja right now. I don't remember when it happened. Was it right here? Yes, okay. Because Ninja clings onto the wall like that, so it's really annoying trying to fit through those, and I actually lost it. This might sound pretty bad, and, like, don't get me wrong, it would have saved me a little time here. But, oh, Needle is actually keeping up with Fighter. That's so cool. Sorry. Oh, man, look at it. It's fast and it's slide kicking. Ooh, Needle. Oh. All right, so Ninja. All right, right there. You actually, with the momentum that you get along the ice, you can actually mix for, the chilies there. What this winds up meaning, I did not take advantage of this in any of the runs. I just did this. But what this means, like an optimization for future drafts, is that you can get Snowball regardless of what your ability is. Like, let's say you have, like, I don't know, what's the rarest ability in the game? I'm trying to think. I don't even know. But you get, like, any ability, you use Snowball for this. Get to those chili, and then mix your ability back. I don't know how I didn't think to do that up until these runs. Genuinely very confusing. And definitely evens the playing field for all three. Huge buff for Needle, by the way. Because Ninja and Fighter are, like, acceptable for this part. But Needle is, like, atrocious. Needle is really bad for that. So this really evens the playing field. Assuming that Needle ever gets here again, which I don't think it will. But still. Funky Flame is probably a better comparison because they can ignore the awful acceleration. But I prefer Crash Team Racing. Yeah, I know. Crash Team Racing is a lot of fun. They call me a cute kitty. Let's go. Let's go. Lurkers can't behave poorly if they're not behaving at all. Well, not behaving is like the same thing as behaving poorly, right? Right? They're analogous with each other. Oh, look at this run with Ninja right here, by the way. I didn't talk about this very much. Ninja and Fighter can do this. I guess it's similar to what Fighter, Needle can do. Needle just needs, like, ledges. Oh, actually, before I start talking about that, we'll talk about with Fighter in a second. I went the wrong way with Needle, LMAO. Can you tell this is my first run in a while? Look what Needle can do. Fighter and Ninja have to jump. Fighter and Needle can just use the big poke. It's so cool. But yeah, no, so, you can do this in the Superstar games as well. I think Triple Deluxe was when they took this out. Very unfortunate, but if you do a dive kick and then cancel it into a float, you keep your momentum going. I don't know if this is actually faster than doing a slide kick. I know with a Ninja, it's definitely slower than doing its dash attack. I don't know about Fighter. Jury's out on that one. But you can't use your dash attack everywhere. Sometimes there's long, big gaps of ground that are scary, and you can't use it over those. So it's really nice. Really, really nice. Neither of them obviously go nearly as far as Needles. Needles goes a lot farther. But all you need to do for them is be in the air. For Needles, you need to find a ledge. So obviously it's like a lot more situational using Needles. But Needles is a lot cooler. Also, I love Needle. Any Needle fans in the chat, by the way? Any Needle appreciators? Because I didn't like Needle for a while. I say this story a lot, but it was when I did my copyability spotlight on it, season 1. I was like, oh man, Needle can actually do like a lot of cool stuff throughout this series. But it's like never as good as what other abilities can do. It's like it's the bridesmaid, never the bride. And I felt really bad for it. Which made me appreciate it a lot more. For Fighter, it's room and player dependent. You talking about the dive kick thing? Because it is definitely, I can definitely see that. Look at Needle, by the way, so cool. Oh, possum. Needle isn't useful if you're moving. Depends on the game. Like we're seeing here, it's got some very good movement options. I'm honestly, like, I'm looking at the Needle gameplay and it's like, shoot, Needle actually is a lot better than I gave it credit for in the video. Thank you again, Wolfgang, but, try not to snooze the ads again just because you only get 3 of those, and I would like, for when we fight Magalore, I would like to keep the ad snoozed for that. So let's just don't do it again so that we can, yeah, because you only get 3. Totally fine. Like, I think these are perfectly fine instances of, you know, hibbying the bibby. But Needful! Yay! I love Needle so much. The enemy for it is so cute. Yeah, and they're called a Needleless. That's so awesome. Look, it's pretty sick in KFL. Yeah, Forgotten Land, it's like super fun. Yeah, no, but I'm noticing looking at this that like I'm playing so scuffed with a Needle, and I still got within like 30 seconds of what Fighter and Ninja did. And I'm not saying my Fighter and my Ninja were perfect, don't get me wrong, but like they're serviceable. Like I don't think this Needle play is serviceable. I think Fighter and Ninja were. Fighter especially. I haven't noticed like too many mistakes with Fighter comparatively. Oh, Fried, also, welcome to the stream. I was popping off so much over Needle. Welcome aboard. I hope you're doing awesome, wonderful, and wonderful today. Thank you so much for stopping by saying hi. It's super appreciated. Shame Needle peaked in Dreamland 2, where it's not even used. So funny. You are correct. It's not. But there is actually a route. Because, in Rick percent of all categories, you used Needle for the day-to-day fight. Well, you had Needle on Rick, right? So there is actually a route of any percent. Or maybe it's best ending, I'm not sure. It's some category. But you actually do bring Needle into the day-to-day fight. Funny enough. It was, the route was discovered through Rick percent. It's just like really hard, so not a lot of people go for it. Yeah, this is where Needle really falls short. I don't even think this is like an execution thing. It is just really bad. If I got one more hit, Needle could have had a clutch Goliath, but it did not work out. They're called Needleless? I never knew that. I love them with all my heart. I love Needleless. I miss Togezo, actually. Not as cute as Needleless. Yeah, I mean, the more the merrier, right? Maxed out Needle in Forgotten Land is my favorite version of Needle. Base Needle with the speed buff. Maybe the attack buff as well if you want to get greedy, but specifically, base Needle with the speed buff. My beloved. My beloved. They're like Mario Spinnies? Yeah. Alright, World 5. So let's talk about the draft here. Well, Team 3 is going to be going for, Spear, which you don't have to mix for. We're going to get it in this room right here, actually, the one that they're just about to enter. Yeah, you just go right there, and there's Spear. There's an argument to be made to not have Spear here, because you can't really attack with it, or it cuts the ropes. So it doesn't really have any good, like, defensive burst options. But, well, we'll see how it does compared to everything else. If you watch the video, you know. You and I'm bad at resource management. I meant you need to drop Coup before Mr. Parasol Foot Guy. Which is a lot. I don't, oh, it's a lot worse. Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. I don't want to miss this. Okay. But yeah, Jumper Shoot is something else. All right, so Team 2, do they need to go for the mix here? No. Because later in the level, you find the only leaf enemy in the game. But there's no Snowball here. Not the game, I'm sorry. You find the only leaf enemy in Nutty Noon, but there's no Snowball section here. So you don't mind, that it's the only one here. You just have to play well. Yep, Spear be moving. Everything's awesome. There's Whip. If Whip winds up being a thing that's used in World 5, which it might be, based on, some changes that I've been thinking about in my head. Something to consider. But okay, you enter here. All right, here is the mix setup, courtesy of Pyro. All right, so you float, you go up. These 4, you can try to inhale them there, but it's really tough. But if you fall and you inhale them, you can fall, land on the ground, and get the mix. I have noticed that if you try to, you can do it while you're going up, but I've never had any luck with it while going up. I've only ever had luck with it going down. So obviously the elephant in the room here is that setup is like really slow. Remember, don't snooze the ads. I would like them to be able to snooze during Magalore. I'll be right back. I take a shower. Hey, no worries. Enjoy your shower. Just in time, too, because the ads are about to start. So, no worries. Thank you. Thank you for hanging around. Holding back my power. Yeah, just don't forget. Just don't forget. That's all. Sorry that you have to watch the ads. Sorry to everybody that has to watch the ads. That's unfortunate, but... Mr. Parasol Foot Guy. You need to drop... Oh, yeah. Again, we'll see how all the times turn out, but... As far as what I would change about the draft for World 5, I don't know. I can't really think of too much. It's just because, like, at this point, not only are there so few options left, but there's also so much, like, versatility depending on, like, what happened before. Like, if Ice is still available, like, I take Ice. There is actually a world. I was thinking about this. I think this world only exists if we add multiplayer. Excuse me. I think this option only really exists if we add multiplayer. But if we do that, there is actually a world out there where I could see high jump being an option at this point, like not being used in Hibby Bibby. Nice hammer dash attack, and by the way, that is why having a dash attack is nice. And I think hammer is actually the final ability with a good dash attack that didn't get drafted. I think every ability left, mobility-wise, does not have a good dash attack. So that's something. It's like World 4-10, I believe. Oh, for mash attack? Probably the most relevant mass attack comment I've made. I had to fight a spaceship late in the game and it defends itself with parasols! Yeah, I know which level you're talking about. I love the parasols. As far as Spear versus Leaf goes, so there was a draft that we did where Leaf wasn't taken until World 7. And it, like, dominated World 7. It was, like, minutes ahead of what the others were doing. It is significantly better compared to Spark and Nothing. It's so much better. So I was like, okay, no. There's no way another team can win if Leaf gets into World 7. We gotta change this. Look at how close Hammer is already to Leaf, by the way. That happened fast. Right. So I was like really valuing Leaf. So I'm like, all right, let's take it for like World 5. Just because like looking at the draft, there's no way it goes in World 1 or 2. I don't see it. I could see World 3 just because movement isn't all that important for it. And I believe you get Leaf a couple times after the first level. So just be... Yes, you, there is a Leaf enemy before, the Moundo, actually. The Moundo fight in Onion Ocean. There's Leaf, like, right before that. So, which is perfect, because that's a mini-boss fight. So, there is, definitely, cause for Leaf going in World 3. There's cause for it going in World 4, maybe. Funny enough, I don't really think World 5, though. I think I was just valuing it too much because of how well it did compared to, like, loser abilities. I think if anything, like, Leaf would probably be World 3 or World 6. Because I think World 4, you could still focus on abilities that are, like, really, really good. Like we did with Ninja Fighter and Needle here. Like, all of those are, like, very good abilities. Maybe even great. So, I would, you know, rather focus on those than Leaf. And then World 5, it's like, well, I'm gonna spoil it. Spear did better. Spear got a better final time than Leaf did here. And you really don't want... Team 3 is kind of like the team you always want. Because of Parasol specifically. This, like, oh my god, words. Because of Parasol specifically, Team 3, you either always want to get first or last. You can't really help it if it gets first just because of the way that Snake Order works. I feel like Team 1 versus Team 2, they have a lot of control over each other's drafts. Team 3 is just kind of like doing their own thing and trying to win. Which is respectable. And I mean, you know, everybody's decisions still impact each other. It's just less. Look at this dash attack from Hammer, by the way. Woohoo, so good. I could see Leaf being pretty good against World 5 with 5 bosses. That was the mentality of it, and that was my biggest concern with Spear. And then Spear wound up being an out, so I was like, oops. So I would see Leaf reasonably going on like World 3 or World 6, depending on how much... Like, again, Onion Ocean is just, it's so hard to draft for Onion Ocean. Like, what do you value? Like, do you value, like, still having good abilities to move through it? Do you value taking a lesser ability so that, you know, like, you're wasting it in the water, but then another team comes along and just takes a good ability anyway? Like, it's really hard to draft for Onion Ocean. I feel like, it's not the hardest part of the game. That's Dangerous Dinner, full stop. But I feel like the hardest world to draft for in the whole game, bar none, is World 3 Onion Ocean. That one's like really hard. Several mix setups here, by the way. We did have to fight Moundo, so you would, if this is what you're relying on for your setup, you would have already had to fight mini boss, which is not great. You don't want to do mini bosses or bosses with normal Kirby if you can help it, because that is really slow. At least by itself, if you're like, you know, just to speed up the final hit or whatever, then, you know, completely understand that, but no, like I mentioned this in the video, and I'll mention it here, like, aside from the first 4 picks, what's wonderful about Draft is that it is entirely on, like, what the runners... It depends on what kind of runner you are and what kind of runners you're playing against. Like, Pyro, Spam, and I, like, we really value making sure that other teams can't build big leads. But if you're the kind of runner that's like, all right, well, I'm going to build a big lead with this, even if the other team gets this, which is kind of what, you know, Jenny was talking about before. Like, it is worth trying. Like, again, the first 4 notwithstanding, because I think that order is pretty set. But shoot, like, say for World 2, it's like, you know, oh, I'll take a high jump in World 3 because, like, it's not very good. I mean, it would be great for an any noon, but if you're worried about it getting sniped there, you take high jump for World 3 because Team 1 has control of that draft. And then for Team 2, you take an ability that's like, not Team 2, I'm sorry, for Draft 2, you get a team that's like, you get an ability that's really, really good. Maybe you take Needle for World 2, since most likely Ice or something better is going to be freed up for World 4 now. Or maybe you take Ice for World 2. Not that I know where you'd really get it, but there's a mix setup, and there's no Snowball. So maybe you take Ice for World 2, because, like, that's super good, and then you can still take High Jump for World 3, and just kind of NCA it, I guess. I mean, I am very concerned about how your boss fights are going to go if you use High Jump for World 3, but if your mentality is that it's, like, World 3 is not worth getting a good ability for because you're underwater so much, then, like, it's something. I hope this stays niche enough that it doesn't become 100% solved. Exactly, exactly. I mean, I know from Fire Emblem draft races, like, that is, I think it is a strength of this game specifically. This really reminds me of a Fire Emblem draft, and how even if, like, the early stages are solved and that you shouldn't go against them, execution is such a huge part. Like, I'm telling you already, like, these results, like, Team 2 wins and doesn't look back. If we factor in, like, mistakes and failures. Like, I messed up a lot of mixes. Especially with Team 1. I messed up a lot of my mixes. Team 1 needs a lot of mixing. Team 1 is, like, super high execution. Whereas Team 2, like, you don't really have to mix that much for a lot of these. For some of them, sure, but not for a lot of them. Now, how much would a draft race of this game change with multiplayer and the deluxe? So, deluxe is interesting. That's an interesting one. I think if we allowed deluxe, because then obviously, I guess festival, we're not gonna, that one's, like, worse than Crash. But then, obviously, Mecha and Sand would be allowed, which Mecha is really good for moving fast. Sand is, like, broken against bosses. You have that weight of, like, all right, well, I want to take Mecha early because it's super good for movement. I would like to take Sand, but will I get it for World 5? Like, where can I get Sand? You know, there's a lot of interesting... It's very interesting. It's very interesting. I mean, my big problem with... I mean, I prefer the Wii version, you know, obviously. My thing with speedrunning Return Deluxe, and this would definitely affect, even if you do this on Switch too, I know this is going to sound like a little nitpicky, but trust me, part of what makes this game so much fun to race is it's nonstop. Like, the downtime is the goal game. The goal game and the Kirby dance, that's your downtime. Otherwise, like, you are moving. Return Deluxe, the load times are a lot longer. Those load times get in the way really bad, really bad. Another thing about Return Deluxe, and this might just be a personal thing, maybe not. But the thing about Return Deluxe is that running is faster than slide kicking. I feel like there is a lot, because running is faster. Like, slide kicking is already fast. They didn't naturally make any other abilities faster. They just made running faster to match up with, like, Robobot. I think Robobot was the one that introduced it. I could be wrong. But, you know, keep it more in line with that. So that makes, you know, random abilities that are, like, you know, they're like, kind of good, but there's the drawback of using them that they don't have a good dash attack, right? It just kind of, like, homogenizes a lot of the process because running is just so fast. Like, it's probably about as fast as, like, the hammer dash attack, right? So hammer's, like, really interesting time save here is just, like, I don't want to say mitigated, but it's made a lot less cool. Yeah, like, look at this. Hammer's actually about to get, the lead compared to Team 2. Team 1 is actually about to take the lead over Leaf. Eventually. Moundo is an annoying fight. So I don't know. I just think, like, to me, Return to Dreamland is the better speed game, compared to Return Deluxe. I'm not particularly interested in running Return Deluxe myself. There's also the fact of the matter that, like, I did this with Fire Emblem runners, and none of them own Return Deluxe, but they do own Dolphin. I played this on my Wii U. This was on actual hardware, but they all played it on Dolphin, and it was super accessible. Neko, welcome to the stream. Return to my favorite puppy. That's very patable. Thank you for the hot pats. Thank you. And Ben, welcome back too. Thank you so much. Sand can be World 3s, and you don't even need to worry about DPS. Absolutely. I'm also thinking, like, World 2 just as a denial pick, but World 2 is still, like, super early in the draft. I don't know if that early in the draft you want to be worried about denial picks. But yeah, what does Mecha do for movement? So I think its hover. I know its hover is, like, faster than slide kicking. I know that much. I think Mecha's hover is about as fast as running, but because you're... Oh my god! Hammer and Leaf at the same time entering the door, and then Hammer misses its dash attack. Oh my god, they're neck and neck right now. This is crazy. As Spear begins Grand Doomer, and spoilers, Spear is, like, by far the worst for Grand Doomer. Oh my god, that's so funny. Anyways, I love close races like this. Can we talk about how close this race has been, by the way? Like, Team 3 has had the lead for, like, almost the whole thing, but this race has been so close. It's like the Piston Cup. In what is Cup? But yeah, the thing about it, even if running is the same speed as Mecha's hover, Mecha's hover is obviously something you can do in the air. And in Kirby games, like, you really don't want to be grounded if you can help it. If you can... So, without... What separates, like, the best abilities from the rest is that they are faster in the air. And being in the air in Kirby is just really nice compared to being on the ground. Astronomy Angel, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Unfortunately, I am going to ask to shout out, but I am going to have to turn off the shout out just because I don't want Team 2 getting blocked. Oh, Racer, thank you so much for the raid as well. Oh my goodness gracious. Can we get the shout out, please? Thank you. Look at all these raiders. Yay! Yay. Cars is such a great movie. I really like Cars. I'm a big fan of it. No, I could see Sand working for World 3 as well. If it makes it. If it goes away in World 2, it goes away in World 2. But I could see it for World 3 also. Rating, please don't turn off the power. Oh boy. Computer crash. Am I right or am I right? Neko Zozo! With the gifty to Risu. Oh my gosh, Neko. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gifty. Thank you. Hiya. Thank you. How are you? I hope everybody is wonderful and wonderful today. All right. I can't go back, but Needle just did the thing. Against Grand Doomer. We can see Hammer and Leaf are doing it right now, so I'll talk about it with them because Totsugeki, I believe, had asked about it before. My Raider button slipped. So you can do this thing in Return to Dreamland called ability recycling. I mean, recycling is good. You should always recycle. But what ability recycling is that in Return to Dreamland only, I don't know why they got rid of it. They brought it back for Deluxe at least. But when you get rid of an ability, you don't lose it right away. So what you can do is that you can pick it up like it's an item, use your super ability, and then pick the ability back up and just rinse repeat. So you don't actually lose your ability. I mean, for this, oh my god, the Ultra Sword hits. For this, it doesn't matter too much because we don't have to get it back. Team one mistake. You saw with Spear that I just spat the star back out, but I took Hammer back. That is a time loss. But yeah, no, thanks to the ability recycling, you don't actually have to lose your ability. We're gonna see that against Magolor, and it's going to be another thing that makes Magolor for Team 3 really annoying. Recycling is good. Kirby supports recycling. For all of the raiders that just got here, I will paste the paste bin if you would like to get a good read of the rules. If I can find the paste bin. If I can find it. There it is. But basically, what we are doing here is that a few months ago, a bunch of Fire Emblem speedrunners and I created this new Kirby Draft Race speedrun. Well, Kirby Draft Race. You basically, it's like an any percent speedrun, but instead of just using Wing, you draft abilities to use in the speedrun. And the order that you draft them in is correlated to the world that you're allowed to use them in. So for like World 1, we drafted Wing first on Team 1. So you'd only be able to use Wing. And then Team 2 drafted Fire first, so they'd only be able to use Fire for World 1, blah, blah, blah. You get to World 2, Team 3 is only allowed to use Parasol, Teehee, etc., etc. Kirby Race! Yes, hello, get DC's World. Hello, hello. They probably removed it in the 3DS games because it's meant to be for multiplayer. Yeah, but it's sick. It's so cool. And it's called, well, speedrunners call it recycling, so I wouldn't say, like, does Hal hate recycling? Although, TBH, high key, Hal does not hate speedrunners. Hal does a lot more for speedrunners than I think people give them credit for. They just, you know, it's kind of the thing. You can't, like, publicly talk about it, which I understand. Also, this happened, but Team 1 took the lead over Team 2. I don't think a lead change has happened in a while. Okay, so let's talk about the logic here. I don't really think I talked the logic about Spear, but Spear is just, like, the best ability left. And you get it super early on in 5-1. That was just the logic there. So, logic is also pretty straightforward with Whip. When you compare it to Stone, Beam, Sword, Spark, and the rest, it is, like, an embarrassment of riches for Whip. It's so much better. Actually unplayable. This isn't Kirby 64 with Fridge Kirby. Hey, Fridge Kirby is cool, but the best ability on 64 is the Melting Ice Cube. Everyone talks about the Fridge, but it's like, hop on my goat, the Melting Ice Cube. But yeah, no, Whip is just like the obvious answer here. It's the only ability left that really has a good fast burst option. It is actually good against bosses, which, oh man. Oh, Team 1 with the mistake. Oh man, they're so close. Team 1 and Team 2 are so close. Let's talk. Oh yeah. So Whip is just like, you go Whip. There's no reason not to pick Whip in this scenario. Of course, different people are gonna have different priorities while they draft. So owie, different people are gonna have different priorities while they draft. Oh no, not owie. Team 2 took the lead back. Oh, poor Team 1. Team 1's trying their best. Yeah, what am I thinking here? I'm such an airhead. Is that the Ice Cube Kirby that burns itself and runs around? No, that is, I believe, Fire plus Spark. I think maybe it's Spark plus something else. I'm not entirely sure. I know which one you're talking about, but no. It's Burning plus Ice. That's the one that I'm talking about, where Kirby turns into an Ice Cube and he melts. That's it. Melting Ice Cube is just me during the summer. That's been me for the last, like, 2 months. Stone World 5, there's more than 0 downward movements. See, the problem with Stone, it's with this specific draft, I don't know. Only because Stone is, like, pretty bad. Stone in totality is, like, pretty bad. So I don't know if I would value it over, like, I mean, definitely not Hammer, but I know you're not talking about Hammer. You're talking about, like, Spear or Whip or the others. I don't think I value it quite as... Definitely not Spear. Spear really impressed me here. The Whip, oh my god, you're gonna see how good Whip was here. Holy smokes. I think if the draft goes differently up to World 4, I can see Stone. I could see Stone there. I don't know about this specific draft. There are things that I regret, and like, I think honestly, if anything, I would do Stone World 7 maybe. Maybe not though. Maybe not though. I definitely would do Sword World 6, Beam World 7. That's for sure, because Sword, as we see, it's so bad against Magolor. Excuse me. Sword is like really bad against Magolor, so I definitely do Beam World 7, Sword World 6. High key, like, big mistake on my part. My sword hating tendencies got the better of me. Oops. For sure, the player contemplating Stone is not getting hammered. Yeah, no. And Team 1 has, like I said, has complete control of that choice. Just because, like, when, because of how Snake Order works. When they pick for, White Wafers, they pick immediately after for World 5. So they take Hammer no matter what. I think we both agree that Hammer is, at least with this draft, I could see, not later. I think if Hammer goes later than this, you're crazy. But I could see Hammer going sooner. That's another thing, like, that's another really cool thing about drafts. Like, normally, with how a lot of, especially, like, optimal, quote-unquote, how a lot of that works is, like, early on is when there's a lot of variance, but, like, you know, the more you get further into a game, that's when it's like, well, okay, we're, you know, things are stabilizing now, right? You don't really have to worry about things anymore, because now they're nice and stable. But draft is, like, constantly evolving, so, like, the later into a draft you get, and the worst options that you have, like, the crazier things are, you know? It's so cool, it's so cool. Puppy says no to swords? Puppy says no to swords. Alex with the head bites, thank you. Also, what are we actually watching right now? That's what I was explaining before about the ability draft. I'll explain it again, though. I love yapping about this because I'm so happy with the thing that we came up with. But that Pastebin has the rules if you want to read them. But basically, this is a draft race, which is a fancy way of saying it's an any % speedrun. Timer starts on story mode selection, ends on final hit of Magolor. But instead of just going through it with Wing, you draft copy abilities in a snake order. So it's like Team 1 picks, then Team 2 picks, then Team 3, then Team 3 picks again, then 2, then 1, then 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. But the ability, the order that you draft your abilities in correlates to the world that you're allowed to use them in. So, like, the first world of the game is Cookie Country, right? So for Team 1, they can use Wing in Cookie Country, but nothing else. Team 2, they can use Fire in Cookie Country and nothing else. Team 3 can use Tornado in Cookie Country and nothing else. Blah, blah, blah. You can mix for your abilities, so you have a lot of flexibility with what you're allowed to get. Oh, I make a mistake with Whip here coming up. Not Whip's fault, purely mine. That's right, Whip could have done better, believe it or not. Yeah, it's right here. I totally could have made this, but I chickened out. Oh, look, Stone is actually... Stone actually got to do Stone things. That's crazy. So there are some, like, free options. Like, you don't need to draft regular old Kirby. You can just use normal Kirby no matter what. All the super abilities are free as well. The idea was that we wanted Magolor and Grand Doomer to be, like, doable. But it wound up allowing Snowball to be usable as well, which is really cool. I really, like, by pure chance, the super ability ruling wound up being great. Hammer can maybe be consumed viably as early as World 3. I agree with that. I agree with that. I think World 2 is really pushing it, but I am also thinking, like, no, I don't really see it going in World 2. I mean, you get it from Bonkers, but, like, you'd have to kill Bonkers NCA, which is really slow. And then you get an ability that's, like, very good, but it doesn't deal with all the water there very well. Like, all the bits of water that you have to run over. Yeah, okay, World 2. World 2, I was overthinking it a little bit, but World 3, I can absolutely see. It's basically, like, I think... God, I love Draft. God, I love Draft. Why did I think Hammer was in 3-2? I think you could get... Can you get Hammer in World 2? Shoot. You can get it from a mix, obviously, but I think all the good mix spots in World 3 are 3-1. You would be forfeiting Snowball in that case. Oh, that's tough. This has been extremely cool. I just love how close it is. Oh, Whip does really bad here. This is also my fault, though, because I was super low on health and I didn't want to die, so I got scared. I'm playing Kirby Mass Attack. There's more people playing Kirby Mass Attack since 2011. Oh my gosh, there's 2 people playing. I love Mass Attack. Drafts are literally the best thing ever, like every time. I can't wait for Thursday, Jadis. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Any medium can have an exciting draft format. I do think, because even with Fire Emblem, I mean, draft races specifically, I think any medium can have a cool draft, but draft race, I think you got to find the right game. Because there are actually a few Fire Emblem draft races that, like, aren't very good. But, like, the concept of draft for them is all good. I know for the single-player draft idea that I had for this game, Wolfgang did a Robobot playthrough with a draft that they did themselves. And they had an absolute blast. I mean, it's Robobot. You're going to have a blast no matter what. I think, I've said this a few times, but I think for Kirby draft race, I think Return to Dreamland is just like a perfect lightning in a bottle kind of thing. I think every other game, I've been contemplating Superstar Ultra. The problem is just like ability quantity. But if we could figure that out, I think Superstar Ultra would also be fantastic because of the nature. Oh, look at this, by the way. I take that away. I take that. I just barely missed it. But if I got the quick kill there, if I did that hit just in time, I could have swallowed King Do and gotten Beam and gotten like a major quick kill with Beam here. That would have been crazy cool. But yeah, no, I think like Return to Dreamland just so happens to have like all the perfect pieces. And I think Superstar, maybe Superstar OG, it's just the fact of the matter that like you're playing less modes. I mean, you could say like, you could just do like all game modes for that one maybe. Because any percent in KSS, you only have to do Great Cave, Dynablade, Ramka, and Milky Way. You don't have to do Arena, Gourmet Race, or Spring Breeze. Superstar Ultra, you have to do, well, okay, you don't have to do the Arena. I think I said the Arena. You don't have to do it. In Superstar Ultra, you have to do Spring Breeze, you have to do Gourmet Race, and there's also Revenge of the King. Jade, welcome aboard. A race against herself to see who's the fastest. Who is the fastest version of me? I want to be the fastest puppy I can be. What are we doing? Wonderful and wonderful, Jade. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. All right, so who's got the lead right now? Team 3. Team 1 has tragically fallen behind again. I don't know if Beam... I don't really think... I mean, I think it's, like, partially a little... like, the gameplay is a little iffy because this was the first one that I did. I did Team 1 first. But I think also... When we get to World 7, you will see that, like, Sword didn't really do anything. And it was really bad against Magolor. So, I think Sword for World 6, Beam for World 7 is fine. Beam against Magolor is, I think, comparably good to how Spark is. Like, Spark is not that good against Magolor, but when you compare it to NCA and Sword, it's, like, a miracle worker. I wanna be the oh, I could have taken fire right there if this wasn't draft. Oh, I wanna be the fastest pup. Like no one ever was. Bum, bum, bum. To get pats is my real test. To get them is my cause. I don't know. How would this work with a 4-player plus? Are you talking about, because there's 2 different answers to this. Do you mean with multiplayer, like Mennonite Dedede, Bandana D, like all that? Or do you mean adding a 4th drafter? Because those are 2. I'll answer them both. I just love yapping about draft. I love yapping about draft. Did you see what Claire did earlier? I'm always doing stuff. You gotta be more specific. I'm always doing stuff. Ow, I got hit by Ninja. Oh, shoot. This is what I was talking about, by the way. Try to ignore Team 1. I lost Beam, and I didn't feel like getting it back. This is literally just, like... I had a video to get done, so try not to look at Team 1. They're gonna be out of it for a little while. Sorry. Try to ignore that. Just try to ignore that. Try to ignore that. 4th drafter. Otherwise, I wouldn't added the plus. Fair enough. So... I would want to talk with experienced drafters like Pyrope and Spam. I would want to talk to them about this because I don't like the initial solution that we had. Which I'm not, like, that literally, we only had one draft of what we did with the fourth drafter. So I'm not, like, blaming them or anything. I would want to consult them again before doing anything else. But what we did was that we made 2 of every ability draftable. The reason I don't like this is because what it basically turns into is team 1 and 2 picking the same thing, and then 3 and 4 picking the same thing, you know? Like, I mean, like, on paper, if you agree not to, I mean, you could, like, add a rule that it's like, oh, if you, there's 2 of every ability, but you can't duplicate picks per world. It's like, I don't know, that just means, like, somebody gets wing in world 2? Like, yikes. Like, I don't know. It's the best answer that we were able to come up with, but then we lost our 4th drafter. And we did 3-player, and it's like, oh, wait, this is just so much better. Oh, Josh! Josh! Okay, this is important. This is very important. Josh was, when we did the any % race, not the draft, but the any % race. Not only is Josh a Fire Emblem drafter, but Josh also won the any % race that we did before learning draft. So, hi, Josh. How's it going? It is a functional but boring solution. Exactly. Yeah, no, I feel like there is a way that we can make 4-player draft work for this, but I don't think 2 abilities is, 2 of each ability, sorry. I don't think that's the answer. I think at that point, because, like, let me do the math real quick while Whip is doing significantly better than everybody else. So, I mean, the thing here is that there's 3 teams of 7, right? So that's 21 abilities. Or 3 teams of 7. There is... No, I'm right. Yeah, 3 teams of 7. Okay. So if you add another drafter, we need to get 7 more abilities. I suppose we could keep Crash, Mike, and Sleep as their own thing. So assuming that we do that, and we're not thinking about Return Deluxe yet, but assuming that we keep Crash, Mike, and Sleep as a thing, that would be, what is it, 23 abilities? Because Mike is already on here. Then we had Dedede, Mennonite, Bandana D, and the other color Kirby. That's 27. So we still need 1 more. I thought I had something. What was I thinking of? Obviously not normal Kirby. Obviously not. But, yeah, so we have 21 here, plus 2 is 23, plus 3 is 27. We would need, yeah, we'd still need 1 more. And that's where, like, the real trouble comes in, like... Because, I mean, I'm not doing, like, oh, well, the last drafter could just get, like, normal Kirby for double free. Like, I'm not doing that. That makes no sense. Well, let's make normal Kirby not free. And it's like, no thanks, trust me. Normal Kirby being free is part of what makes it so good. We can use Crash twice because that ability is terrible. That's true, that's true. It's worse than Mike. It's worse than Mike for sure. Mike... With all 3 hits combined together, one-shots the mini-bosses in World 7. Why can't Crash do that? Like, it's so dumb. I didn't actually ask a question. I also forgot that ability recycling was a thing to do. Yes, yes. You'll see it against Magolor as well, and it is a huge time loss for World 8. On Team 3, specifically. Last one is random? I don't like that, because then last one can... I think you're joking. But, to nip the joke in the bud, to be a boring Blair, like, last pick is random, and then they get wing, and it's like, LMAO, alright. Race over. Yeah, no, but I feel like if we could fit 1 more in there, then, like, maybe this is workable. I think what I would want to do is for a 4-player draft, have Mennonite, Day-to-Day, Bandana D, and different Kirby. So the other solution, I don't think I like this either, but it would be really funny. Yellow Kirby, blue Kirby, and green Kirby are separate draft picks. They all accomplish the same thing. They're all literally identical, but you get 3 opportunities to pick another Kirby. Which, I mean, having another Kirby around is actually quite good for boss fights. So it might be, like, pretty good for late game drafts. That sounds terrible. No, it's terrible. It's terrible. They are multiplayer, like, no matter what, they are genuinely useful for boss fights because that charge tech. Oh, Whip is against Metal General. All right, this is important because, like, I was, because this is like my first try, remember. Like, look at how easy this is. Like, boom, boom. Whip gets the kill. And Whip in World 6 was so good. Like, Whip is leaving the Metal General fight, and it's not even, like, the other teams haven't even caught up to, like, they're not in the level. Like, by the time the Kirby dance starts, I actually think, like, they're not even going to start fighting Metal General until the Kirby dance is, like, already over. Whip was so good here. Here, what if it's random, but it can only be a terrible ability? Yeah, I don't know. It's like we're so close to getting a fix for it, though. I definitely think my fix for this draft is just allowing 4-player as, like, a draftable option. We have it symbolized by Mennonite, I guess, or another Kirby. But just having 4-player... Oh, look at Beam. He's doing some sick stretches. But yeah, just having 4-player be a draftable option. Because that would lead it to a nice round 21 without Mike. So that's a very easy fix. Because, like, Team 3 has a huge lead here. But if we add 4-player into the mix, then, like, because 4-player is, like, really, really good. That could go as early. Frankly, that could go as early as World 1. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Maybe it goes a little later, but it could go as early as World 1 is what I'm saying. Which now leaves, like, Tornado open for World 2. Which also leaves, like, you know, an option that isn't Parasol that's open. That spells some very bad news for Team 1, but, like, High Jump or Water can both, like, vastly be improved. I feel like Parasol, I don't want to say, like, Parasol is, like, completely solved. 1254 is the fastest you're ever going to get. But I feel like there's less room for improvement just because I'm so good with Parasol, because I use it all the time. I'm much better with it than I am with High Jump and Water. So, like, High Jump and Water, there's more room for improvement. And Wing is just, like, the best ability in the game. You know. Oh, I forgot to mention, but Beam was so bad, it couldn't skip the Zoomie in the background, I think. It's tough. Whip is sneaky good at bosses. It's not good, but... Yeah, no, I think Whip isn't good, but it's good. And I think that's very important when your competition is Stone, which is bad, Beam, which is bad, Sword, which is bad, Spark, which is really bad. Mennonite sweep. Oh, yeah, the 4-player would be carried by Mennonite. You really only use other characters for, like, mini-bosses. Are there any Day-to-Day clips that you can do in World 1, actually? Day-to-Day might have some use as well. I don't think Bandanity would, tragically. He's my boy and I love him, but I don't think he'd really have anything to do. Alright, so here's what you gotta do with Team 7. You gotta use these hotheads to mix Wing. That's an insult. Water is an insult. But yeah, you gotta mix for Mike. And guess what, chat? This is the worst part. You ready? Are you ready? I did it too early. Oh, I didn't do it. Oh, no, I did. One of the hits against Water Galbaros, I didn't do it at the right time, so I didn't kill him. But you can tell, like, he would have died if I, like, timed it correctly. If I timed it like a normal person, he would have died, but it is what it is. Mennonite sweep is just like Brawl. Well, funnily enough, what makes Mennonite so good in this game is Shuttle Loop. So yes, it is just like Brawl. Another solution could be each player gets one non-wing fire parasol Mennonite repeat. I mean, that's an option. It's an option. So here's the thing about what I want the fix to be. Ideally, I kind of want the fix to introduce a little bit more as well, right? Because Landia and Magalore with a mic crash, normal, whatever, they're like really bad. It's just like, it's not fun. That's my problem with it, that it's not fun. So whatever solution we come up with, I would like to not have those included. I would like for it to be like the 20 abilities that aren't Sleep, Crash, and Mike. Oh, Mix on screen 1, by the way. For Sword, I believe. That's what we're going for? Yeah. And then, did we have to mix for Spark? I forget. Oh, here's another Snowball segment, by the way, that I did not do with Teams 1 or 2. Because I didn't want to lose the abilities. Because I didn't realize that Snowball is just like, who cares about your ability? They're all bad. This one's so much better. Just get them back later or whatever. Who cares? But yeah, no, so like without without Crash, Mike, and Sleep, we'd have 20 abilities. If we introduce Day-to-Day, Meta Knight, Bandana, and Kirby, Yellow Kirby, whatever, we'd have 24. At that point, we would need 4 more abilities to get a 4-player draft working. Again, I just think... You look at that time save with Snowball on Team 3, by the way. I completely forgot about that, but it's like, oh, man. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, I thought the video ended. So, I mean, in, like, a perfect world, we could find 4 more abilities. Which, I mean, the answer there is like, oh, well, then just don't draft for one of the worlds, because you're missing 4. It's a 4-player draft. But it's like, that's boring. I want to draft. I don't want to not draft. I want to draft. I think, like, I think World 8 is so short. Oh, Landy is free, by the way. I think that goes without saying, but, But yeah, so because World 8 is so short, that's why we combined it with World 7. It is literally just the Magolor fights. That's all it is. Oh, I guess I did Snowball on Team 2. Oops. I did not do Snowball on Team 1. Which is crazy because you think Miss Sword Slander over here, I would be all on top of it. Great Legs, thank you for the head bites. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, this Team 1 was really bad. Not the draft. I think the draft was, like, very well chosen. I just think, like, my play for this was, like, really... You could tell that this was my first time playing the game in a while. There's a lot of things that I didn't think about. I've low-key been rooting for Draft 3 this whole time. Yeah, well, I mean, they've got a solid lead still. Parasol is, like... Parasol is really, like, the magic of Team 3. And obviously, if you introduce other characters into the draft, Parasol loses the Team 3 magic specifically, but it also gets buffs elsewhere, so it's okay. Backport, Beetle, Doctor... Oh my god, ESPN Jet? Oh my god, if Jet's in the game? Second pick? I think Jet would be second pick. I mean, Wing in this game is unmatched. If I haven't done this yet, and I'm not knowledgeable on every single ability in the history of history to do this, but I think if I were to make a tier list of, like, every ability across, like every incarnation of an ability across the series, Return to Dreamland Wing might actually be, specifically the Wii version, although Return to Lux is also very good, but I think Return to Dreamland Wing might actually be, like, the best in the series. I think it might actually be the best in the series, so I don't know if adding Jet into this would make it better than Wing, but it would be better than Fire, I'm sure. Jet is a solved World 1 pick. Yeah, no, for sure. I'd pick it over Fire, and then Fire would be the Team 3 pick. Jet would be third just because Fire is so available in World 1. Do not sleep on how good Jet is. I don't know if you played a game with Jet in it. Do not sleep on how good Jet is. I am fully confident it would be better enough than Fire. And Fire is, like, dummy good, don't get me wrong. This is, like... Fire is very, very comfortably the second best ability in the game, but, like, don't sleep on how good Jet is. Jet... Actually, wait! Jet has hover. Shoot, I forgot. Jet can hover. So it'd have Wing's vertical movement. Oh my god, Jet might actually be better than Wing in this game. It might actually be better than Wing in this game. Wow. Oh, good thing they didn't put Jet in this game then, huh? We don't play about Jet in this house. We love Jet in this house. Oh, did you notice Super Bonkers also? I also missed the first hit, so I lost time. Because can you tell I never use Mike, like, ever? Singularity, thank you for the head vibes. Thank you so much, thank you. If it's Superstar Ultra Jet, it could surpass Wing. Look, if it's a Robobot Jet, if it's KSS Jet, maybe. A Jet? A Mimir? A Mimir? What's a Mimir? What's a Mimir? So yeah, ideally with a 4-person draft, I'm gonna nip this in the bud right now though. Any more than 4-person, I'm not there. I don't want to deal with it. You would have to account for 35 picks in a category where we're struggling to come up with more than 27. Like, I'm not there. I'm not there for a 5-person draft. I'm just not. 4-person, I feel like we're close. We're very close to solving it, assuming that we keep Crash, Make, and Sleep. We're not the closest to solving it, without, but, we're, like, getting there. It's possible. You don't want the 7-player draft. So, funny thing about that singularity, I actually have come up with what a 1-player draft would look like. I've done 1-player draft a few times. Oh, wait, you know the singularity. You brought it up before, doy. I'm sorry. But for everybody else here that doesn't know, a 1-player draft is very different, but something that I really, really like. I like when I came up with 1-player for a lot. But it's not relevant to this, so I want to yap about this draft more. I love this draft. Any more than 4 players, you might as well go to Star Allies. Oh, yeah, because Star Allies, you can include the Dream Friends. God, how many abilities, including Dream Friends? Not normal Kirby, that would be free, but including the Dream Friends. Because the Dream Friends alone, there's... Including Wave 0, the ones that came with the game. So in counting them, there's 13? A Star Allies draft would be a nightmare to figure out. I think it would be a lot of fun. My only problem is that there's 4 worlds in Star Allies, right? So, I don't think it would be... Also, Team 3 made a huge mistake with Mike there, but, Dangerous Dinner has a lot of places that you can mix, so that's okay. Yeah, Star Allies has a lot of options, and it has 4 worlds. Your best bet would be splitting, like, World 3, because Worlds 2 and 1 are so short. If you're going for any percent, they're, like, 4 or 5 levels each. Here's the mix, by the way, for Team 3. Team 1 is, like, really falling behind. Sorter's not a good pick. Anyways. So, like, your best bet, but then it's, like, you have to, like, split them. That feels so arbitrary. And, like, World 3, I don't think there's, like, a really good spot that you can split for either. Like, there's just not enough... There's not as much of an easy marker. Like, 7 worlds here, technically 8, but 7 worlds here, it's perfect. This game is perfect for this kind of thing. I love Return to Dreamland. Oh, I love this game so much. It's so good. Oh, Star Allies is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I don't quite know. Maybe, honestly, high key for Star Allies, maybe 5-person draft is the answer. Maybe 5-person draft for KSA is the answer. You gotta do the guest Star Allies mode 6 times. You gotta draft for story mode, heroes in another, well, heroes maybe not, because heroes, like, limits what you can do. You gotta do story mode, guest Star Allies, and Soul Melter. Speedrunning Balan Wonderworld? Oh boy, my mind thought of a 4-player multiplayer Balan Wonderworld. For some reason, I keep thinking that game is called Balan Wonderland. I don't know why. Not as bad as a gate locked via actual real-world playtime. Oh, that's disgusting. Ew. World 4 and Star Allies, you can probably split where guest star splits level. That's true. That's true, actually. We could do that. See, that one is actually, that's non-arbitrary. That actually makes sense. Okay. Yeah. No, I like that. I like that. Yeah. I mean, I'd still say only any percent. Maybe the only other thing that I could think of, the only other thing that I could think of is that maybe you could do, like, all levels, all big switches. Maybe you could do that instead of any percent, so you'd have to play the optional levels and get a little more out of it. Other than that, I probably would suggest to just, like, add guest star allies, just to get a little more meat, because, like, I mean, 5 picks, I think 6 is where it's starting to be like, all right, this is the minimum. I like 7. Take a guess why I like 7. But I feel like 7 picks is, like, really, really good. Balloon Wonderland. Yay! 28 abilities and 13 Dream Friends across... Exactly, Wolfgang, exactly. That's my problem. Like, that's not feasible. That's not feasible. Granted, you don't actually have to select every single ability. You know, it's fine if not everybody gets chosen. Fire Emblem drafts do this a lot. But I'm thinking maybe, like... Oh, Josh, by the way, just to let you... I don't know if you saw it. If you did, that's fine. I don't know if you saw it, but, or maybe you did, I just haven't seen your answer yet, but, in the draft race server and our little group DM, I mentioned that I'm looking for racers for this. I'm looking for people to do, any percent draft, if you're interested or if you're available. If you're not, it's fine. I didn't know if you saw it. Guest star might be too long for a game that's so unbalanced. Yeah, maybe. So what we... Yeah, no, I guess guest star really would complicate things, because it's like, some guest star runs are a lot longer than others, and there's no... So it's like, well, you allow piggybacking, but then whoever gets, like, Mage Sisters and Magalord just cream everybody else, so you don't want to allow piggybacking. But then you do no piggybacking, and it's like, well, then, you know, whatever leftover Dream Friends have, like, a super short run. Like, Tyranza's stocks go up like crazy. The guest star split point would work if we included bonus levels. You only can guest star for your last pick. Well, yeah, that's... But I'm saying that, like, if you pick... Because Tyranza and Dark Mennonite have, like, no value in a regular story mode campaign, right? So you would save them for guest star. That's just an example, because their guest stars are, like, way faster. I mean, mate... I don't know, it still feels really unbalanced, just because of how the Dream Friends work with guest star. I mean, I guess there's no way you're going through all of the Dream Friends before then. Like, they're not that good. Mennonite stocks would be hilarious, though. How would a Mennonite and Day-to-Day work? Because when you finish World 1 and World 2, because you finish World 1 with the Day-to-Day fight, and you finish World 2 with the Mennonite fight, when you finish those fights, you can hurl friend hearts at them. Ow, I lost sword. I shouldn't care. Words. Yeah, you throw the friend heart at them and you can recruit them. But that's still technically World 1. So, like, would that not count? Would you have to visit the Dream Museum to recruit them? Or would we allow tossing the friend heart? That's something to think about. Yo, Nene! Welcome back! Welcome back! The guest star split point would work if we included bonus levels, because without those, we would just have 4 stages in the 5th stretch. Yeah, that would be including World 5, right? Oh, Team 3 has been zooming. Team 3 is about to stop zooming. Have you noticed what they don't have? Have you noticed what they don't have? Tragic. Guest star might be too long for... Oh, right. This becoming a whole thing, and one I'm surprisingly close to getting invested in. Yeah, unironically, Wolfgang, what I would recommend, not because of inexperience, like, you've got plenty of experience running Star Allies, you have tons of experience playing Kirby. Unironically, even if it winds up being Return to Lux, I say this for anybody looking at, right now at least, looking at Kirby Draft, do Return to Dreamland first. It's just, it's such a simple game to, like, play and understand and, like, play. But you really understand, like, the mentality that you need for draft. Look at Team 2 get the lead, by the way. The mentality that you need for draft. Like, you really understand that when you do a game that's simple. Like, the Fire Emblem equivalent would be, like, Sacred Stones. That's definitely the one. Maybe not against the pro, because pros have Sacred Stones figured out like a book. But I would definitely recommend... It is Sacred Stones, except good. Look, I love Sacred Stones, and I love watching people play FE8 Draft. I never want to play FE8 Draft again. That feels... I don't like FE8 Draft. I don't like playing it. I really like watching it. Also worth noting is that Wave 2 and Day-to-Day are unavailable for World 1, and Night and Wave 3 are unavailable for World 2. Yes, that is correct. I don't know, though. I feel like it would make Mennonite stocks go up, like, maybe a little too much. Not Day-to-Day at all. But it might be worth it to have, like, if you draft Mennonite for World 3, you can hurl the friend heart at him at the end of World 2, and that would count for World 3. Maybe that would make his stocks go up a little too much, but you'd be going to the Dream Museum to get him anyway, because, like, he's so good. Although, I guess... You know what might be interesting for Star Allies? It might make it a little complicated. But we're talking about Star Allies here, and I feel like you lose a huge part of what Star Allies is without the elements. What might be worth it is, like... You could draft an element and an ability for every world. Like, for World 1, just sake of example, like, I draft Wing. But then it's like you have Wing and an element. That makes, like, no sense. I don't know how that would work, but I would hate to play Star Allies without elements, you know? I'm not just talking about Sizzle, Shuttle, Loop, Meta Knight. I'm not just talking about that. But I would really hate to play Star Allies without elements. I feel like it would make the game a lot worse. I don't know how that would work for draft, though. But if we do Star Allies, I feel like elements would have to be included in draft to make the game a lot more fun. And a lot faster, too. Ugh. I hate Sacred Stone's draft race. I like watching it. I like watching it. That's the extent of what I'll say about it. I really like Engage. I like, seeing all the optimizations for Engage draft made me really happy. I still remember how you said Nico doesn't want Carl's Jr. bought up. Well, she worked there. You know, you never really want to think about old jobs. Like, you know, I don't want people talking about Home Depot, because I worked at Home Depot for 6.5 years, and it killed my body, and also I worked there. You don't want to talk about your old jobs, right? I know immediately that we can remove the mages from the equation, since they won't be available at all. Good, good, good. Well, hey, listen. That's wrong. They can be available. You just have to play heroes in another dimension first. You can draft mages for guest star allies. You just have to play a whole other game mode first. But no, I think, let me, while we're just doing this and, like, nothing particularly interesting is happening, let me go to, I'm going to SRC. I just want to see what categories there are for KSA. Yeah, because there is all big pieces and switches. There's no, like, all stages, though. Wolfgang, you would know this. All big pieces and switches. That category would have you go into every stage, except for the bonus one, after you clear. Well, no, you would have to do that one. Okay. What would you do for drafting that, though? Oh, that would be super... Even if they were, they would get insta-drafted in Dreamland, which is nice. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's going to be like a New Game Plus thing. It could be New Game Plus if we wanted it to be, but I don't think we need New Game Plus. This is going to wreck my brain. No, I definitely think if we do Star Allies, we need to do, maybe not all switches. Maybe we can just stick with all big puzzle pieces. Maybe we could stick with that, but maybe. Poor Claire. Yeah, I'm losing real bad right now, but I'm winning right now too. Assuming Snake Order. Oh yeah. The heart and soul of draft is Snake Order for sure. Business meeting for Star Allies draft. Yeah, no, that's... If you had multiplayer draft experience, Wolfgang, I'd be coming to you, like, before anybody else. This is definitely the kind of thing where I can talk to the Fire Emblem drafters about it, though, because it's like, they have the expertise, I have the endless, useless pill, a bit of Kirby knowledge. Like, my Kirby knowledge will carry... Oh, shoot, did I... Oh, God. Did I... I need to make sure I did this. Okay, I did it for you. I did it for you. I did it for you. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, nice. Okay, so we haven't even considered piggybacking yet. I feel like piggybacking outside of... Yeah, I feel like piggybacking would be fine. It would definitely give more value to... Well, so I feel like piggybacking is okay because, like, how are you going to use the Dream Friends if you don't have piggybacking, right? Well, the AI can control them. Ha, ha, ha. Really funny. Anyway. Star Allies draft sounds fun for the same reason Star Allies is fun. The power level is so outlandish. Exactly, exactly. If you were my opponent in a Pikmin 2 competition, I don't know who would win. Considering I know a few cheeses, but I take my time, so I do it deathless. Nico, as far as speed running goes, Nico is definitely a lot better at Pikmin than I am. Claire is about to beat Claire while Claire is far behind. Will Claire make a comeback against Claire? So that all of this being said, I really do want everybody to pay attention to the final times to see how close this race is. For context, the closest Fire Emblem draft, I believe, was slightly under 2 minutes. That's what the closest one was between first and second place. I could be wrong. I just know Mecha has a thumbnail on one of the FE8 races he hosted that was like, first and second place were within 2 minutes of each other. So I'm just going off that. This could be fake info. Wolfgang. Oh, actually, yes. Okay. We got a snooze back. I was going to say, Wolfgang, don't snooze it, but we got a snooze back. so absolutely snooze it. Thank you. Oh, 52 seconds, Relay 2, Radiant Dawn. Okay, thank you, Josh. Thank you. That is super close. Yeah, so with that in mind, between first and second, but also keep in mind the times for first and last. Because, like, I'm talking about all of this, like, you know, I'm worried about, like, you know, oh, man, you know, how do we make it more balanced? How do we give other teams a chance to win? Like, how do we do all this? But keep in mind that, like, this is a no mistakes run. Ideally, no mistakes is super close, and then the mistakes and optimizations and stuff like that. Oh, look at player 2, by the way. Team 2, look at them. Hi-ya! Bam! Bam! Skips the Magolor Ultra Sword animation. Look at Team 3, by the way. Do you see why it is unacceptable? It is just entirely unacceptable for there to be no ability in, for the Magolor fight. Do you see why this just doesn't work? That said, I don't think I need to hide this anymore. I think we all know which team is going to win. It's the secret Team 4 that I haven't been talking about this whole time. This was a handy and useful draft. Fun fact, I'm me! Hello, video game nerd. Welcome aboard. You're just in time to see the end of the race. Against myself. Wait, how did Team 1 catch up so fast? It's called NCA. It's called NCA. It is not Sword. I genuinely think... well, if I didn't do that, that's also a problem. But I also genuinely think if I swapped Beam and Sword, Team 1 actually had a shot of winning this. Team 3 had no shot. Team 3 had no shot. NCA be like that. Can't even bring up a Maximum Tomato Box to do a bit of chip damage. That would be the craziest strat of all time. I'm thinking about Team 1. Not Team 1, I'm sorry, Team 3. Which we might not have to worry about this before Team 2 finishes. This is like a much faster time than what I said in my video. This is gonna be like a 2:08, I think. Magolor's gonna go in the... Yeah, he's gonna go there. Yeah, it's gonna be like... I said like 2:09 in the video. Gonna be like a low 2:08. Just about done, and time! GG's team number 2, your winner! Look at Team 3. I wasn't paying attention to it because I was paying attention to Team 2. But Team 3 has to watch the Ultra Sword animation because they don't have abilities to get around it. It is tough out there for Team 3. That said, Sword is hot garbo against Magolor, so there is a genuine chance if Team 3, like, really steps it up, and Team 1 really steps it down, then a miracle could happen, but I wouldn't expect it. What is NC? Oh, I'm so sorry. I say these words, and I expect people to understand what I mean. NCA is no copy abilities. For some reason, I got a video of a Southeast Asian guy chronicling multiple days over the course of a month, trying to win back his ex-wife. That does not sound like the kind of video I would want to watch. So yeah, obviously there's changes to this draft that I would make. But the Team 3 one is it's so depressing because Team 3 had, like, there are only a few instances here and there that Team 3 did not have the lead, right? And this is why normal Kirby should be free, by the way. Look at all this extra damage that Sword can get on Magolor here, and then just get it right back after. It's really nice. Also, high key, I'm, like, kind of playing really bad. I might die. That's scary. What am I gonna do here? Dash attack. What am I gonna do here? Dash attack. What am I gonna do here? Dash attack. This would be so much better if I just drafted Beam instead of Sword. My Sword Slander arc could just end. Also, like, I miss inputting like crazy. 3 Sword Slashes without jumps? What am I doing? Yeah, this Sword was, like, really bad. I don't know why I did this so poorly. and, God, hurry up. Oh my God, Sword, hurry up. You're so bad. Time for Team 1. GG to Team 1. Wound up losing by about 2 minutes with a very bad Magolor fight. Snooze the edge, please. We saw Team 3. Could somebody snooze the edge, please? Please, please, please. Thank you. I was like, please, 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 please. Sword's basic attack is better for Magolor, by the way. That's probably true. It's still, like, stinky bad, though. Like, I think that's the difference. It's not the difference between first and second. It's the difference between, like, late 209 and low 210. God, watching Team 3 is so depressing. It's so depressing. It's just so much standing and waiting around. It's so sad. Oh my gosh, this credits music. That's perfect timing on the Kirby video in the back. The video that I'm using, by the way, is Chill Kirby music to listen to. One of my favorite video compilations on like all of YouTube. I use it for streams all the time. God, Team 3, come on, you're so close. Bam, no. This attack is gonna take a while. Oh no, Magolor is wasting her time. Bam! Alright! GG to Team 3! Managed to pull off the sub 212. Look at that, look at that. Alright, and that be the race. That's the end game. Here's Magolor dying one more time. Gosh, you love seeing it. Revenge of the beam attack. Yeah, that's gonna be... If we run back this exact draft again, the only thing... If we run this exact draft back again, but the only change is swapping beam and sword, that is Revenge of the beam attack. Even without lag canceling, to spam the first attack, Spin Splash is just that bad. It's really bad. The lag canceling is super cool, though. I think you saw me do that a couple times against the mini-boss corpses. Because, like, Sword's charge spin attack is comparatively really good, but it's never going to hit Magolor in the air. That's the problem. Oh, bye, Great Lakes. Have a great night. Bye-bye. Big deal. I can beat Return to Dreamland in less than 212. Okay, can you beat it in less than 212 with the ability draft? That's the big question. That's what we've all been asking ourselves. But yeah, no, draft format, super duper fun. It's obviously a lot more conducive to Fire Emblem because those have like a million characters and you don't have to do this world limitation that we have to put on Kirby. But, you know, just because it's more, just because it's less intuitive doesn't mean it isn't super fun. I mentioned, okay, so now that we're here, while the credits are rolling and stuff, because we've got a while, let's talk changes to the draft. I want to hear it. No, I didn't say big deal. Oh, I said bug deal. You're so right. You're so right. Video game nerd. All right, I'm going to be one of them hip, cool young kids. I'm going to call myself a LARPer. But yeah, let's talk changes to the draft here. Now that, because we've pretty much been spitballing ideas for the last 20 minutes about like Star Allies and other changes to Return to Dreamland. So let's actually like think about this. Return to Dreamland in this instance means Rhino the Dainty Ladybug. You can beat Rhino the Dainty Ladybug in less than 212? That's so cool. So I've mentioned this a million times. I'll mention it a million more. It's just the way of the nature of the beast. Wing, Fire, Tornado, Parasol. There's no changing this order. At least with this current draft, there's no changing this order. Alright, you know what? Let's try this. Let's just put... We're not going to put all four of them in this instance, like, combined together. Oh, goodbye, Unity. Enjoy your dinner. Have an amazing dinner. But let's think of it like this. Let's introduce 4-player as a draft. But that's it. Like, we don't introduce the characters separated. We just plop Meta Knight, Dedede, Bandanity, Kirby/Kirby's as one single pick. Where do they go? Do they go in World 1? Do they go in World 2? Or do they go later? I don't think they go that much later, because Meta Knight is, like, super good. I think Meta Knight would probably replace Tornado. I mean, that's probably where Meta Knight would go, because you also get really good boss utility out of multiplayer. I mean, if it was just 2-player, I could humor, like, keeping Tornado in World 1, but because you get 4-player, or even 3-player, I don't really know. Because you have constant access to Shuttle Loop. I don't know if Shuttle Loop is faster than Tornado. Oh, we're out of snoozes. No. I don't know if Shuttle Loop is faster than Tornado or not off the top of my head. But Tornado is so bad against bosses that the 4-player super strats could wing, Mennonite, fire, parasol, tornado. Those are I could agree with those being the first 5. I don't know about Mennonite over fire, but it's reasonable. I could absolutely see somebody picking that. You would just pick fire before you pick parasol. Like Team 3 would get fire in that case. I think there's a valid argument for both. The video end? We had a music to play? No, it ended. All right, we're gonna put on the staff credits music and return to Dreamland. Yeah. Credits. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, can you hurry up and start already? But okay, yeah. So I mean, Wings first, undeniably. Then one of 4-player and fire. Then one of parasol and tornado. I can see that. That sounds good. Mennonite can build up a lot of speed if the room is long enough. Yeah, but like fire is also like super good. Fire is also super good. I guess it's so on paper, it's worse against boss. Well, no, I guess because it's not like Star Allies. You would actually have multiplayer in this case. I mean, it'd be 1 player, multiple controllers, but you'd still. Great, welcome back. No more snooze. No more snooze. Oh, for the ads, right? Yeah, and you would have Mennonite for that first room that you wouldn't have fire for. I know, my knowledge, I know, multiplayer strats for Return to Dreamland. I guess it's just like, I guess there are sections that you could climb up with Mennonite. Yeah, maybe Mennonite would be better than fire. It would be really close. I think my big thing with the 4-player strats, I don't know, like, I can't explain it. My gut is telling me that I pick fire second, that I still feel like it would be faster, but that's, like, it's just my gut feeling, which is, like, obviously not, is not what you're going off of, right? You don't go off your gut, you go off the cold hard facts, and the cold hard facts are definitely looking like in Mennonite's favor, but there's something on my gut that's like, no, you're forgetting something. Fire is the better ability, but until I can properly counter the argument, I can concede that. Parasol Tornado would be the big question. That I would need to practice, because there are parts that Parasol would do a lot better. There are parts that Tornado would do a lot better. I would need to put them side by side and see which one would be better, but I definitely agree that it is either Tornado or Parasol as the first pick for World 2, and then the other one is Parasol. And then we would just need to find an ability. I mean, you could just... I wouldn't really want to mix for it, but if you had to, just find an ability, I guess, for Team 1 that can keep up. Because that's the big problem. Kirby's could be free in the final boss in case you die or are stuck with Mike. You don't want to add Metadata Spear too. Hey, Spear would be the free one. I love Spear. It's pretty good. Well, I mean, I still don't know. I still don't know about that. I feel like, as much as I hate to say this, it's gonna sound very mean, but as much as I hate to say this, as far as losing your ability in World 8 on Magalure, skill issue play better. I think that's just skill issue play better. Singularity with one channel point. Looking out for you. Looking out for you. Yay! That said, though, I also don't want Team 1 to fall, like, too far behind in terms of balancing, because Parasol and Tornado are going to be a lot better than whatever Team 1 can draft, but, like, they can make it up later. They already have Wing. So. Just to have something playing in the background. I'm going to full screen this again. Why isn't it full screen? I'm going to just rewind to, like, a random part. Or the beginning of the run, sure. Actually, you know what? Sure. Let's just go back to the beginning of the run when things were simpler. I'm taking you back to simpler times. I think we're back. Okay, so I'm basically, I I hate that I'm going to be streaming on Twitch for like 2 seconds. Wait, did my stream crash? No, it's probably just my lag. No, my stream crashed. So I'm not going to be back for long. I hate to cut off what I did before, but I mean, if the stream crashed, then it's like, it crashed like 3.5 hours in. Like, what is the point of really keeping this going much longer? Did want to say, of course, thank you everybody for watching. I am going to one more time. I mean, it really stinks that the computer crashed, because obviously when computers, like streams and stuff like that crash, there's less people around to see it. But I have to do this again, because I really want this video to do good, because I really like how it came out. Please, pretty please, puppery dude. Oh, shoot, thank you, Singularity. Thank you so much. I'm going to pin it. Thank you, Singularity. Please, 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 watch the video, share it around. If you know any, like, there's like a Discord server that you're in where you think people might like it and doesn't break any rules. If anybody just so happens to be in a Reddit mood for some reason, I don't know why you would be, but if you're in a Reddit mood for some reason, I don't know, if you have any friends that you might know, just anything to the word around or on it. Like I said, I'm really, really happy with how the video came out, despite, I also, actually, here's another reason. If you want more motivation to share it around, I was working on this video until 4 in the morning. That's when I wound up getting it done, because I really wanted it out, and I really wanted it to, like, you know, come out at the proper day so that it could do good. And it is underperforming a little bit, but the big problem right now is that YouTube is, like, lying about the numbers. Like, it's saying there's, like, 550 on YouTube right now, and then I look in YouTube Studio, where it has, like, all of the, like, total views that it's quote-unquote legitimizing or whatever, and it's over 700. So I don't know what the problem is, but we could get it. The sooner that we can get it to a point that is, like, really, really good, the better. Watch the video. It's really good. Thank you, Singularity. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm kind of just waiting out. The credits music at this point, because it's really good credits music. In totality, though, what do I feel about Return to Dreamland as a draft game? I think it is delightful as a draft game. If you get 3 people, you can make whatever changes that you want, but obviously speedrunning is the rate that I'm talking about. It is a draft race, after all, but even if... I say this a lot about speedrunning, but I'm going to say it in this context as well. Draft racing is not drafting and shooting to get, like, a world record time. You're not doing this because you want to be, like, the best there ever was. If you are doing it for that case, good for you. But the appeal of draft, like, the real appeal of draft, is just getting a group of friends together. It's an excuse to get a group of friends together, just do a nice, simple draft, and have a fun game, having a fun time playing a fun game quickly. I really think this is a very approachable game to be a first draft. I would highly recommend it. The mixes can be a little annoying, I will grant, but if there's like any like customizable rulings for like casual that you want to make about mixing, go right ahead. Obviously, for the sake of a quote-unquote legit draft race, you know, you fail the mix, you try again. But yeah, no, I think that's about all I've got. Please watch the video. I beg of you, share it around. Anybody that you could possibly think of to share this video to, anywhere that you could possibly think, pretty please, with all of the puppery doos on top of redos, I would appreciate that a lot. I thought it was peak. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is also the final video of the month. Finally, I can go back to making, like, slightly shorter videos. I think the Spotlight is going to be next, and that one's probably going to be pretty long, too, so it's, like, back into the dungeon I go, right? But then after that, I can start working on shorter videos again, thank goodness. But I have been Claire. Thank you all so much for hanging around. I think the credits music is going to be over pretty soon, so I'm gonna get going to the bye-bye screen, because I can do that. I will be live tomorrow. As concerned as I am with my computer crashing, I might have to use PNG Puppy tomorrow. We are going to be doing the Kirby Shuffler, the speedrun Shuffler. I'm going to be speedrunning 5 Kirby games, and every, like, 30 to 60 seconds, I think is what I'm going to have it set to. It'll be changed into a different game. You guys funded this, quote-unquote, by giving me a lot of watch time. I appreciate that, like you would not believe. All right, the credits music is ending. Love you all. Bye!